Penn State York and the York community. He was also our Walker Award winner this year, which is a very high honor to Penn State York. Congratulations, Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the college now takeover in York, Pennsylvania, and all of our students from Academy of Penn State York, York College, Pennsylvania, and Mac York. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We all love home runs here. People spend part in this season. We love them even more for one special reason. The law offices of Daily Ensign has graciously donated $25 to the Catholic Army Food Pantry of Europe for every home run hit by the Revolution. Here to present the check on behalf of the law offices of Daily Ensign is Mr. Dave Collins.
The theme today has been pride in our community and pride in York. We continue that. The offices of Daily Ensign have been on the square for over 40 years, helping our neighbors who have been injured. We're proud to also support the pantry, which has been there for over 30 years, helping our neighbors who are less fortunate than we are. So everyone, remember, help those who need. That's part of what the York community is all about. And let's go, Rebels.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the starting lineups in today's contest, featuring the Long Island Ducks and your York Revolution. First, a starting lineup for the visiting Long Island Ducks. Leading off, center fielder, number 23, Ben Atlantini. Batting second baseman, number 15, Ruben Gotay. Batting third, the left fielder, number 20, Lou Ford. Batting fourth, your Little Caesars, K-Man of the game, designated hitter number 2, Cody Puckett. Batting fifth, the first baseman number 32, Tyler Colvin. Batting sixth, the catcher number 21, Mike Blank. Batting seventh, the third baseman number 17, Matt Wessinger. Batting eighth, the right fielder number 11, Chris Scurro. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 47, Carlos Hughes. The starting pitcher for the Ducks today, left-hander, number 22, Jared Leverett. The Ducks are managed by Kevin Lyons. And now, the starting lineup for your York Revolution. Leading off, your center fielder, number 1, Travis Witherspoon. Batting second, your right fielder, number 10, Jared Mitchell. Batting third, your second baseman, number 7, Andres Perez. Batting fourth, your first baseman, number 15, Kevin Rivers. Batting fifth, your left fielder, number 2, Michael Rocket. Batting sixth, your designated hitter, number 28, Joel Guzman. Batting seventh, your catcher, number 9, Keith Castillo. Batting eighth, your third baseman, number 14, Brian Pounds. And batting ninth, your shortstop, number 13, Brandon Chavez. The starting pitcher for your York Revolution today, right-hander, number 36, Tyrell Harris. Your York Revolution are managed by Mark Mason.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch, and for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks Northwell Health Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And today, the 2016 regular season comes to a close as the Long Island Ducks take on the York Revolution and go for a sweep of a 4-game series. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Pollock. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of today's action. Thanks so much for tuning in here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and online as well at liducks.com. What a week it's been for the Ducks. Their week-long road trip wraps up today, and Long Island has taken 5 of the first 6 games after not having won a series since the beginning of August, their first series of the month of August. Long Island has now taken back-to-back series, taking 2 of 3 against the second-half Freedom Division champion Sugar Land Skeeters earlier this week down in Texas. And then here in York, they have taken the first 3 games from the first-half Freedom Division champion York Revolution. Can't ask for much more for the Ducks on this road trip, but they certainly want more. They want a sweep of this series to go into the playoffs on a 5-game winning streak. Long Island is playing some of their best baseball of the year. They've gotten the combination of everything that they need to put together a winning result. They have had terrific pitching, especially from their starting pitching on this road trip, and of late, they have also had the offense come to life after it seemingly disappeared for a couple weeks, and the defense, especially in this series, has been spectacular for the Ducks. Last night, the Ducks used a long ball. They actually played a little bit of wall ball with that giant arch nemesis out in left field, the tallest wall in professional baseball, as the Ducks cleared it twice, hit one off of it as well, and accrued all 7 runs that way in a 7-4 win. Let's go through some of the highlights. The Ducks got to work quickly against Frank Gailey when in the first inning, Phelan Lentini singled. Dan Lyons drew a walk. They both pulled off a double steal, and up came Delta Cleary Jr. 1-1. Cleary Jr. a drive in the air to left, hit well, turning around at the wall as Rivers, he looks up, and you can forget it. A 3-run blast over the wall in left for Delta Cleary Jr. His 3rd home run of the season, and 3 batters into the first. The Ducks have built a 3-0 lead over the Revolution. It was literally the perfect start you could ask for Long Island. 3rd home run for Cleary Jr., and the Ducks had a 3-0 lead. Frank Gailey was able to settle in after that, though. He threw scoreless innings from the 2nd through the 6th, allowing just 1 single and 1 hit by pitch along the way. And meanwhile, the Skeeters, who had Revolution, who had runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out in the 1st, could not play to run. They were silenced from that point on through the 4th by Nick Struck. In the 5th, they managed to scratch out a run with 2 outs when Josh Wilson walked, went from 1st to 3rd on a single by Jared Mitchell and came home on a wild pitch. But Struck caught a line drive off the bat of Michael Rocket to end that inning. And then in the top of the 6th, the Ducks went in order to the bottom of the 6th inning. Struck hit a batter to start the inning. Patrick Carter came in, though. He was able to retire the side in order, all on strikeouts. And in the top of the 7th, the Ducks were able to extend their lead from 3-1. Tyler Colvin started the inning off with a double into the left center field gap, and up came Mike Dowd. The 2-1 here to Dowd. Lefty pitcher against the righty batter. Gailey deals, and Dowd will swing and hit a fly ball deep in the air down the left field line. Rivers looks up at the wall, and you can forget it. A mammoth 2-run home run over the arch nemesis in left for Mike Dowd. His 2nd home run over the nemesis here this season. It is his 4th home run overall, 2nd of the night for the Ducks, and they have a 5-1 lead now here in the 7th inning. So Mike Dowd with his 2nd home run of the season here at People's Bank Park. That puts the Ducks in front 5-1, and they would add some more runs in the 8th inning when Lou Ford and Cody Puckett picked up back-to-back singles to open up the frame against Jose Arredondo. Ruben Gotay popped out to center, but then Tyler Colvin came up to the plate, and he played some wall ball. 1-2 pitch coming up from the righty. Arredondo comes set, fires to the plate, and Colvin will swing and lift the fly ball in the air to left. It's hit well. Back down the line, heading into the corner and looking up at the wall. It's a fair ball. It's off the arch nemesis. Ford will come in to score. Puckett around third. He's going to try and score. The ball was juggled at third by Pound, so Puckett will go in standing up. Tyler Colvin with a 2-run double into the left field corner, and Long Island leads it 7-1 here in the 8th inning. Colvin, who had 3 hits the night before with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored yesterday. That puts the Ducks in front 7-1. York tried to rally back. They got a run in the 8th on a solo home run by Jared Mitchell. And then with 2 down and 2 strikes in the 9th, Joel Guzman found his way on with a double. Back-to-back walks were then issued by Kyle Hansen that would load up the bases for Jared Mitchell. Mitchell would single to center to plate 2, making it 7-4. Tying run to the plate coming up in the form of Michael Rocket. Kevin Baez went to his closer, Todd Coffey, and the right-hander shut him down. 0-2 the count. Coffey is ready. Kicks and fires to the plate, and Rocket will swing and miss. Strike 3. He chased down and in. This ball game is over. Todd Coffey nails down the save, and the Ducks take this one 7-4 over the York Revolution to earn their 4th win in a row and 6 in the last 7 games. Back-to-back series victories for the Flock to close out the regular season. So exactly what the Ducks were looking to do here on this road trip as the Ducks defeat the Revs 7-4 to take the series. They will go for a sweep today after Nick Struck got the win yesterday to improve to 4-5. Frank Gailey, the loser, fell to 6-5, and Todd Coffey picked up his 27th save. Take a break. When we come back, I'll sit down with Ducks manager Kevin Baez to recap the season that was.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back here at People's Bank Park, Ducks and the Revolution getting set to close out the regular season here in 2016. I had the chance before today's game to catch up with Ducks manager Kevin Baez to recap what has been a fantastic road trip for the Ducks and overall his 3rd consecutive winning season. Kevin, game 140 of 140 is here now, final game of the regular season. Can you believe how quickly time has flown that it's only like a few months ago that it seemed that the season was beginning?
Seems like yesterday we were in spring training getting ready, and it does go fast, and that's why I always preach and tell the guys, embrace this time and enjoy this moment because it does go fast, and here we are.
Overall, 3rd consecutive winning season for you guys. You finished the year having won thus far 5 of 6 on this road trip, trying to go for a sweep of the Revolution today. Overall, how proud are you with this team's effort this year?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know we the first half we had some guys go down and we had some other guys step up, and that's what we talked about, the next man up, and we did that. And the pitching staff was outstanding, and the position plays picked it up. And we won the first half. We had obviously a lapse in the second half, but I kept confident in the guys, and I knew they were capable. It just went through a lull, and now we're won 5 of 6. So it's nice. It's nice to obviously go into the playoffs in a winning streak.
When you have as many guys as you've had gone down due to injury, when you have 5 starting pitchers all have their contracts purchased during the course of the year, what does it say about the job these guys did to find a way still to a winning record?
Yeah, I mean, outstanding. Again, guys got picked up and other guys stepped up, and it's an opportunity for them to go to organizations and elsewhere, whether it's Taiwan, Mexico, or Japan, wherever it might be. But then it's also an opportunity for other guys to step up and get an opportunity and take advantage of the opportunity. That's the most important thing, and they have. And what comes into mind is Struck.
You mentioned Struck yesterday about what he's done, especially since moving into the starting rotation. He's made 9 starts, 3 runs or less in each one. For a guy who's been a starter before his career, transition to the bullpen, now back to a starter, how nice has it been to see him make that transition almost smoothly?
It was very impressive. He said he wanted the ball, and he had confidence, and you could tell. And he's proven that he could do it, and we definitely needed it. That was the big thing, is that we definitely needed somebody to step up after losing some starting pitching, and he did it and was impressive, and is getting an opportunity, taking advantage of it.
Over the last really 3 weeks or so, the starting pitching has been so superb for this team. Lots of guys stepping up. The newcomer Matt Larkins has impressed in 2 starts. Jarrett Leverett has come in. Daniel Herrera. How much tougher is it making your decision going into the playoffs as to, of your 6 starters that you've been throwing live late, which 4 or 5 to have in the starting rotation for the playoffs?
Yeah, very difficult. We said it a couple of weeks ago. So, we were kind of evaluating it, and whoever was pitching well going into the playoffs, we were going to go with the hot hand, and they've all been hot. So they did their part, and they all deserve an opportunity, but obviously we can't have everybody. So if they're not in the rotation, but we hope they're ready and willing and ready to go when their names are called upon.
One thing that also has been a struggle in recent weeks has been the offense, and really the last week, starting with last weekend series against the Revolution at home, the offense has started to come back alive. 7 runs yesterday. Are you happy with what you've seen from the offense after their struggles in recent weeks?
Yeah, very happy. It just, again, we went through that lull, and I knew the guys were dragging a little bit, trying to give them a day here and there, and that was a luxury of winning the first half. But again, guys go through it. It's part of baseball. You don't like to see it. You like to see maybe just 1 or 2 at a time, not the whole team. And we were going through, a lot of guys going through it. So we're hoping that's behind us, and we're looking forward to a great series against Somerset.
Yeah, you're going to be playing Somerset again, a rematch from the first round a year ago. How much are you looking forward to getting back on the field and facing your rivals in the Liberty Division?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Last year put a bad taste in our mouth, so all we asked about is getting the opportunity, and here's the opportunity that we were looking forward for, and now it's about playing baseball.
You have a lot of same faces from last year's series in the clubhouse, but you have a lot of new faces as well. Do you get a sense that there's kind of a burning fire inside some of those familiar faces to get some revenge, I guess, from last year?
Again, I'm sure they're disappointed how it ended up, as we all were, and now it's just an opportunity that we have in front of us, and looking forward to it.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Congratulations on another winning season, and best of luck in today's regular season finale.
Thank you, Michael.
That was Ducks manager Kevin Baez prior to today's regular season finale. We'll take a break. When we come back, look at the pitching matchup, the starting lineups, and the first pitch of today's ball game.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
The Troublemakers from Hanover High School doing a terrific job with our national anthem here at People's Bank Park. The color guard over at first base is going to make its way off the field, so the fans here on Fan Appreciation Day in New York standing and watching as they make their way down the right field line. Well, let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this regular season finale for the Ducks. It will be Jared Leverett taking the mound, the left-hander who was acquired earlier this half from the New Britain Bees in exchange to complete a trade from earlier this season. Leverett at 6-8 on the year combined between the Ducks and the Bees. He's got an ERA of 3.58 since coming to the Ducks, 2-1, a 3.70 ERA, and has struck out 15 batters in 17 innings, including 7 his last time out in the opening game of this road trip. That was on Monday down in Texas against the Skeeters. Through 7 innings of one-run ball, giving up 5 hits and walking 2, while striking out 7 in an 11-3 Ducks win. Meanwhile, for the Revolution, it'll be Tyrell Harris taking the mound, a right-hander who has spent time both as a starter and a reliever this year. 35 games, 17 of which have been starts. He is 5-7 and has a 4.48 ERA. Took the loss on Wednesday when he allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 4 2/3 innings, losing to the in-state rival Lancaster Barnstormers 4-3. So he's pitching on short rest today, and it seems like he might be the odd man out in the rotation come the start of the postseason. Obviously, they have Frank Gailey, Tony Pena among the mix. James Simmons might end up getting the starting game 1, and Micah Owings. Those seem to be the 4 starters that likely will be gone with for manager Mark Mason. And so Harris might be the odd man out. We'll see how far both starters go today. Kevin Byas said probably about 5 innings for Jared Leverett to get his work in before the start of the postseason. Meanwhile, the starting lineups for today, Phelan Lentini is going to lead off and play in center field for the Long Island Ducks, the 140th game of the season for the Ducks and the 140th game for Phelan Lentini. It'll also be his first start of the year in center, but he becomes just the second player in league history to get to 140 games. Ruben Gotay will bat second at second base. Lou Ford gets the start in left field and hits third. In the cleanup spot, the designated hitter, that is Cody Puckett. Batting fifth at first base, Tyler Colvin. The sixth spot is the catcher, that is Mike Blank. Batting seventh at third base, Matt Wessinger. The 8 hitter is the right fielder, and that is Chris Skura. And rounding out the order for the Long Island Ducks, the shortstop, Carlos Hughes. We will give you the lineup for the York Revolution in the bottom half of the first inning, but we'll give you their defensive alignment here in the top half. Tyrell Harris is ready to go. He works out of the windup for the Revs. And the first pitch on the way to Lentini is a slider taken outside, ball 1. We're underway at about 1:06 p.m. The final game of the 2016 regular season has begun here in York. Be a 1-0 from Harris. Kicks and fires. Lentini takes a fastball on the outside corner. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Cloudy skies overhead. There is a chance for some rain to make its way through. The hope is that it stays away and does not affect this regular season finale, but that is the forecast, that there is a potential for some weather. Here, a line drive in the air to right center, hit well by Lentini. Long run into the gap for Travis Witherspoon. He won't get it, and it's off the base of the wall. Lentini will make his way to second, and he's going to stop right there with his league-high 41st double of the season. What a year it's been for Phelan Lentini, who now officially has played in all 140 games this season. He joins Lou Ford as the only 2 players in league history to do that. For the New Britain Bees, Jovan Rosa has played in 139 this year. So if he plays today, he would join Lentini and Ford as the only 3 in league history to do that. And we'll try and get a look to see what the Bees starting lineup is today and if Rosa is indeed in it. But Lentini has had some year, and really he and Jeremy Barfield are probably the 2 leading candidates for Atlantic League Player of the Year. Here's Ruben Gotay, switch hitter from the left side. Cleary Jr. getting the day off today, along with Anthony Vega, Mike Dowd, and Dan Lyon, some of the regulars for the Ducks, getting the afternoon off here in this series finale and the regular season finale. No surprise, Kevin Byas wants to rest some of his regulars with the playoffs starting on Wednesday night. First pitch is taken for ball 1 by Gotay. Gotay, a switch hitter, hitting .276 on the year, 7 home runs, 62 runs batted in. One of the older members of the flock, but he has been a regular in the lineup and has contributed very well this season. 1-0, and that is taken off the outside corner on a fastball from Harris. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind, not much to speak of. It's blowing very lightly out to center, but not much at all. It is a very humid day. Much more humidity today than either of the first 3 games of this series. 2-0. Gotay takes all the way. There's a fastball in for a strike. And so the count now goes to 2-1 on Gotay. Harris has certainly had his ups and downs this season, but trying to finish on a high note before the start of the playoffs. And again, no official word, but the thought is that he might end up being a long reliever for York in the playoffs. 2-1 the count. Harris deals. Gotay swings and lines one up the middle, and it'll sneak through into center field. Base hit. Phelan Lentini around third. The throw to the plate is cut off. An RBI single for Ruben Gotay. Make it 13 consecutive games for the Ducks that they score the first run as they lead it 1-0. Just incredible what the Ducks have been doing of late, putting so much pressure on their opponents by scoring the first run of the game. 2 batters into the opening inning, a double, a single, and the Ducks have the lead. So for Gotay, RBI number 63 on the year for Lentini, his league-leading 107th run of the season. He's the only player in the Atlantic League to score more than 100 this year. Jeremy Barfield is the next closest at 86. So he is far and away better than everybody else in terms of runs this season. First pitch is taken outside, ball 1 by Lou Ford, who is sitting .311 on the year, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. It's been an injury-plagued season for Ford, but it's healthy here at the end. And the 1-0, swung and grounded to third. Tough hop for Pounds. He stays with it, though. Goes to second for 1 and on to first in time. 5-4-3 double play around the horn, turned by the Revolution. And just like that, 2 down with the bases empty for Long Island. Defensively for York today, Michael Rocket gets the start in left field. The center fielder is Travis Witherspoon, and in right is Jared Mitchell. On the infield from left to right, Brian Pounds at third. Brandon Chavez is at short. Andres Perez, the second baseman, and Kevin Rivers is over at first. Doing the catching behind home plate is former Duck Keith Castillo. And on the mound is Tyrell Harris. Jovan Rosa officially in the starting lineup for New Britain today, so it looks like he and Lentini will be the 2 this year that play in all 140 games in the Atlantic League. Rosa will be the first non-Duck to accomplish the feat as Cody Puckett takes strike 1. Puckett in the cleanup spot today, gets the half day as the DH. It's also the K-man today, so the fans chanting breadsticks as he will check his swing on an 0-1. They'll appeal to first. David Speranza said that he did not go around. And so that will even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Puckett hitting .275 on the year. He's got 9 home runs and 72 runs batted in. 1-1 from Harris. Puckett fouls one back to the screen behind home plate on the fastball. So the count goes to 1-2. And Harris a strike away from getting out of further trouble here in the inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. The Ducks with an early 1-0 lead. Here is the 1-2 on the way from Harris to Puckett, and he'll take a breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. So the fans will get some breadsticks, and that'll end the inning. Ducks get a run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave the bases empty. And after a half inning here in York, it's the Ducks 1 and the Revolution coming to bat.
This is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way. Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Good start for the Ducks. They take the early lead. We'll pause a second as Cannonball Charlie fires away. as is the custom here in York as they begin the bottom half of the first inning. So, Revolution will come to the plate with the Ducks on top 1-0. And for Long Island, Jared Leverett will make his final case for a spot in the starting rotation for the playoffs. Nothing has been made official yet, but Kevin Baez certainly has his options to choose from with the way that they have been pitching of late. They have made it very difficult on him. He's been employing a six-man starting rotation over these last couple of weeks with guys like John Brownell, Matt Larkins, Nick Struck, Jared Leverett, Daniel Herrera, and Bobby Blevins. And all, for the most part, have pitched pretty well of late, if not terrific. And so it's made it very difficult on Kevin Baez to determine exactly which four he will likely go with in the playoffs. We've typically seen John Brownell come back on short rest to pitch Game 5 if there is one. But, of course, who knows what will definitely be the case. Either way, we begin the bottom of the first. Travis Witherspoon will lead off. And he'll take a fastball just off the outside corner, 1-0 against Witherspoon, who's hitting .278 on the year, 10 home runs on the season, and 45 runs batted in for Witherspoon, who started the year with Lancaster and now plays for the Revs. Leverett misses again, and he's behind at 2-0. Leverett was spectacular in the starting game of this road trip on Monday night in Sugar Land, Texas. 2-0. Witherspoon cranks one down the left field line. That is going to be a base hit off of the arch nemesis. Ford will go retrieve it, but Witherspoon will be safely in at second with a leadoff double. So just like Lentini in the top half of the first, Witherspoon reaches with a two-base hit. And for Travis Witherspoon, it is his 12th double of the season. An arch nemesis in left, tallest wall in professional baseball, just shy of 38 feet. Even taller than the Green Monster at Fenway Park. And it stands there. They call it the arch nemesis as it protects the houses on Arch Street, although several balls have left the yard and hit those houses out on Arch Street. Ducks cleared the wall twice yesterday, had a two-run double off of it, and that accounted for all 7 of their runs as they won it 7-4 over York. First pitch here to the lefty, Jared Mitchell. He bunts and pops it up. Third base side of the mound. Who's going to catch it? It's going to be Leverett, who made the call. Matt Wessinger was right there, and typically you will not see a pitcher go and grab it, but Leverett made the call right away, and he ends up making that catch. So Mitchell cannot get the job done on the bunt as he pops it up to Leverett, who hangs on. That could have been disastrous for the Ducks if that ball ends up getting dropped. But Mitchell cannot get the sacrifice down, and now the runner remains at second with one out. Here's Andres Perez. Perez will bat from the right side, .285 hitter on the year with 13 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Another fine season here with the Revs. Leverett works out of the stretch. His first pitch to Perez. His fastball just off the outside corner, 1-0. Leverett, 7 innings of one-run ball down in Texas on Monday night. Gave up just 5 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 7. And earlier this year here in York, he struck out 10. So he strikes out a lot and has the overpowering stuff to do so at times. 1-0. And that breaking ball just misses outside. He's been trying to hit that outside corner and has not gotten the calls here in the early going from Nate Caldwell, who's calling balls and strikes behind home plate. He's joined by the first base umpire, David Speranza, and the third base umpire, Derek Moshe. 2-0 the count. Leverett kicks and fires. Perez swings and misses late on that fastball. Clock just under 90 miles an hour on the scoreboard in right center. 2-1 the count. Both these teams not playing for too much today. The only thing that is still somewhat at stake for York if they get a win and if Somerset loses is York and Somerset would be tied for the best overall record in the Atlantic League. 2-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Might have foul tipped it into the glove actually of Mike Blank. And so the count 2-2. That doesn't really matter, though, in terms of home field advantage or anything like that in the playoffs. It's just something that York has never done in their franchise's history. So if they can equal Somerset, they'd obviously get the credit for having the best overall record, tied with the Patriots, who are 1 game better right now, 76-63. York is 75-64. Here, a line drive down the right field line that will slice Fallon out of play into the seats. So we will do it once again at 2-2. Witherspoon has good speed at second, 40 steals on the year in 47 attempts. He has been a nice addition to the top of the Revolution lineup. And surely if he gets on in the playoffs leading off in the order, he will likely be taking off for second as many times as possible. 2-2. Perez takes the fastball down and in, would not bite. That runs the count full. Kevin Rivers, a lefty hitter, will be next for York. They have their two lefties in, but one of their lefties out. Michael Burgess getting the day off along with their main catcher, Isaiah Tejeda. No surprise with the day game after the night game. Payoff pitch. Perez takes a breaking ball outside. That is ball 4. So York has put 2 on here in the first on a double and a walk. Leverett just missing the outside corner there.
Now batting your first baseman.
So now Rivers will come to the plate with 2 on and 1 out, trying to at least tie this game up after the Ducks took the early lead in the first. These two former teammates will face as they both began the year with New Britain and now both find themselves in different locations. Leverett a long look in for the sign from Blank. And now we'll step off the rubber and go through him again. Leverett ready, deals, and Rivers fists one foul over the screen off to the third base side out of play. So the count 0-1. Rivers hitting .251 on the year combined between the Revolution and the Bees. 9 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Leverett obviously looking for the ground ball here to try and turn 2 and get out of the inning. 0-1. Rivers takes a fastball. That's right over the outside corner. Now the count quickly 0-2. Witherspoon the runner at first, Perez the runner, Witherspoon the runner at second, and Perez the runner at first. Witherspoon with the better speed of the two. And the 0-2 from Jared Leverett. Rivers lays off this breaking ball down and away. He would not bite. Again, with this being the final game of the year, Kevin Baez uses it. Most managers will use it typically to have their starters and relievers just get some work in before the start of the playoffs. So we'll see how far Leverett goes. Kevin Baez said likely 5. The 0-2, fisted out in the air, foul third base side. No one's going to be able to get it. And it lands right in front of the stands to the right of the Ducks dugout as we view it from behind home plate. But even if Blank gave it a full run, I don't even think he would have been able to catch up to it. So Rivers still alive at 0-2. And York driving at the pitch count of Leverett here in the early going. Lefty is ready. 0-2 again. Rivers fouls it back to the backstop. Fights off another. Definitely not as big of a crowd as was here yesterday. Over 6,000, 6,029 to be specific, for the final fireworks show of the year, which they shot off from out in center field. It was a terrific show. And the fans here got a real treat and almost saw their team come back from a 7-2 deficit in the 9th inning. They got to within 7-4 and had the tying run at the plate. Here, Rivers takes a fastball inside, would not bite either. So Leverett now has the count of 2-2 on Rivers. And here today, Fan Appreciation Day. So a couple of awards were handed out before the game for players on the team. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way from Leverett, and Rivers swings and fouls it off again. Third base side this time. And Rivers not going down easily against Leverett. Do it again at 2-2. Fans also got to have the catch on the field, the pregame autograph session. Just a fun day at the ballpark. The final regular season game. York will be back here on Friday night for Game 3 of the Freedom Division Championship Series against the Sugarland Skeeters. 2-2. Line drive in the air to center. Phelan Lentini drifts back a couple steps. He'll make the catch. Witherspoon back to second just to draw the throw. Lentini has one of the best arms in the Atlantic League, so Rivers ends up losing the battle against Leverett as he lines out to center. Hit the ball hard. For Lentini, who's playing his first game as a starter in center field today. Able to make the catch. Now with 2 away, that will leave it up to Michael Rocket. Rocket, the left fielder for York. Struck out to end the game last night against Todd Coffey. First pitch to him here, and it misses down and in for ball 1. Rocket has had a terrific year, hitting .298 for York, 7 homers, 50 runs batted in. Was selected as the team's player of the year. That is just offensive position players. That doesn't count pitchers. 1-0. Ground ball hit to short. Carlos Hughes is there. He flips to Ruben Gotay at second for the force. And a good job by Jared Leverett to work around the leadoff double and the 1-out walk. No runs in the inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left for York. We have played 1 on this final day of the regular season here in Pennsylvania. Ducks lead the Revs 1-0.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
We head to the bottom half of this, or top half, I should say, of this second inning. The Long Island Ducks currently have a 1-0 lead over the York Revolution. And as we go to the second, Ducks will be sending Tyler Colvin up to the plate to lead things off. And Colvin has gotten hot here during this road trip to close out the season, especially in this series. He's gotten his batting average up to .209, and that is big for Long Island. And for Colvin especially, it's good for the Ducks because they see that he is starting to improve his numbers getting late in the year, getting close to the playoffs as he takes inside for ball 1. But most importantly, too, is that Colvin now has his batting average up to .209 when it was down below 200 for a good stretch here late in the second half. Here Colvin takes a slider on the inside corner for a strike. That'll leave it up to count at 1-1. And a lot of baseball players are about numbers. It's not solely about numbers, but they want to finish at least above certain marks during the course of a season. 1-1 is off the outside corner for a ball. And with the fact that Colvin has struggled this year following his hip flexor injury that kept him out over a month, and then after he re-aggravated it, kept him out a little longer. And the struggles he has had to finish the year over 200 would certainly be a big thing for him. 2-1, swinging a ground ball past the mound towards the middle. Andres Perez to his right field. The off-balance throw to first is in time for the out. Colvin bounces to second, and 1 away in the second. So again, it's little things like that that a lot of players try and do towards the end of the year, and did the math earlier. Even if Colvin goes, say, 0 for 4 or something like that at the game, he'd still finish above 200. Obviously, he wants to finish as high as he possibly can in terms of his batting average, but that would certainly be a good start. And we'll see what he can do starting in the playoffs on Wednesday night. Mike Blank takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Blank, the catcher today, hitting .253 on the year. He's got 10 home runs and 50 runs batted in. 0-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground to the left side in the hole. Sneaks through everybody. It's a base hit to left. A seeing eye single for Mike Blank, the third hit of the ball game for the Ducks. And he is on with 1 out in inning number 2. Sure, it's going to be a little tough on Kevin Baez. Mike Dowd certainly has the better defensive capabilities over the two catchers between him and Mike Blank, and even Blank knows it. He has said so on several occasions as Mike Blank, and said he doesn't blame Kevin Baez for whatever he does in the playoffs, whether it's Dowd who plays, Blank who plays. Blank does have a good bat. Dowd has had a good bat all year. Here's Matt Wessinger from the right side. He swings first pitch and fouls it off back behind the plate. And the count 0-1. But Blank has said repeatedly he is about the team, and he wants whatever is best for the team, no matter who plays. And on an ideal situation, he says he wants the team to win a championship. If he plays, that's great. If not, as long as they win the championship, that's what matters. 0-1. Blank leads, and Wessinger takes a fastball up in the zone. He would not bite. Count even at 1-1. Wessinger hitting .208 for the Ducks this season. 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. He's been getting on base fairly consistently of late for the Ducks. And Harris fires. Wessinger takes a curveball. That one just missed inside. Looked like it crossed the plate a little bit too high and inside. It was close, but Nate Caldwell says it is a ball. That's an out. 2-1 on Wessinger with Chris Skura waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-1 delivery. Wessinger pops this one up in the air to right. Along the line, foul ground, long run for Jared Mitchell. He'll run out of room, and it lands into the seats. Last section of seats down the right field line. So Wessinger fouls it off, and that'll even the count at 2-2. So both of these teams know their first-round opponent. Skeeters will be facing the Revolution, and the Ducks will be facing the Patriots. Ducks and Pats met in the first round a year ago. Revolution and Skeeters met in the first round 2 years ago. So we will have rematches in the first round, and it should be an exciting series on both sides. 2-2 delivery. Harris kicks and fires, and Wessinger takes the fastball outside for ball 3. So that runs the count full at 3-2. We'll see if that sends Mike Blank in motion. Blank has only attempted 2 steals this year. He's been caught twice, does not have a ton of speed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, with the Ducks leading 1-0 in the second. Pitch on the way. Blank does not go, and Wessinger flies one in the air to right. Again along the line, slicing foul, and back up into the picnic pavilion. So Wessinger fights off another, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Ducks will return home after the game. They will have a couple days off in terms of games, but will probably be working out at Bethpage Ballpark to get ready for the start of the playoffs. And then the playoffs begin Wednesday night in New Jersey. Stepping off the rubber was Harris. He wants to go through the signs again. Games 1 and 2 will be at TD Bank Ballpark Wednesday and Thursday night, both at 7:05 p.m. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. The throw down to second doesn't matter because Wessinger is on with a walk. First given up today by Tyrell Harris. It's a Municipal Credit Union walk with the purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So the Ducks get a pair of base runners here with 1 out in the second inning. A single by Blank, a walk to Wessinger. Now a 2 on and 1 out. Up to the plate will step Chris Skura, the right fielder. Well, twice on this road trip coming into today, Kevin Baez has played some of his bench players to give his regulars some rest. The foursome of Blank, Wessinger, Skura, and Hughes getting the extra playing time. Skura here takes a fastball inside, ball 1. And in both instances thus far, the Ducks have won, and that was on the days they traveled both times. The 11-3 win in Texas on Monday night, and the 4-2 win here on Thursday night against the Revs. 1-0. Skura, a ground ball over the mound towards the middle, charging in on it and fielding it as the shortstop. Chavez, he flipped to second, and the ball was dropped by Perez, so everybody's going to be safe. Chavez got to it, and instead of taking the shore out at first, tried to flip it across his body to second, and Perez could not come over with it cleanly. So the bases are going to be loaded for the Ducks with 1 away, and the 9-hitter and shortstop Carlos Hughes will come up to the plate. So a break for Long Island as Skura reaches on the fielder's choice. Everybody is safe. Not a hit for Skura, as again Chavez tried to go to second with it, but the throw unable to be handled, so the bag's full for Long Island. And here is Carlos Hughes, switch hitter from the left side. First pitch, and Hughes swings it, fouls it back. Good swing on the fastball. Just a little bit off. And so the count 0-1. Hughes has started to heat up a little bit for the Ducks of late, too. And on the year, he's hitting .155 with no homers and 4 runs batted in. But definitely a speed element off the bases, potentially in the postseason. We'll see who ends up making the active 25-man roster for the playoffs, which will have to be finalized before the start of the series on Wednesday night. So the Ducks have Blank at third, Wessinger at second, and Skura at first. With 1 out in the second inning, and Hughes swings and misses way out in front of a breaking ball that dove down in the zone. Looked like a splitter from Harris. And the count quickly 0-2 on Hughes. Wessinger and Skura have the better speed of the 3 on the bases. Kevin Baez taking the day off from coaching at third. Nick Struck is down at third base coaching right now. John Brownell is around at first doing the coaching there. 0-2, and Hughes lays off a breaking ball just off the outside corner. A changeup that time from Harris. And Hughes would not bite, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hughes started the first game of this series, had the last 2 nights off, and now gets the start in the series finale. Harris looks in for the sign and comes set. 1-2 delivery. Pitch on the way, and Hughes will take again outside. Harris trying to get him to chase. He will not. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harris has thrown now over 30 pitches in this ball game. And again, we'll see how long he goes today in the series finale. He comes set on the hill. Hughes waves the bat at home plate. 2-2 delivery, and Hughes swings and fouls this one off back behind the plate just to the third base side slightly. Got the fastball and got enough of it to fight it off. Hughes has driven in 4 thus far with the Ducks this year. Played with Long Island last year as well as a utility infielder off the bench. And that speed element as a pinch runner. Harris will step off the rubber as he and Castile will go through the signs again. And Isaiah Tejeda, who is the normal catcher for York, getting the day off today. 2-2 again. Hughes a swing and a miss, strike 3. Harris beat him with a changeup, his second strikeout of the day. So Hughes goes down swinging for the second out. And that will leave it up to Phelan Lentini for the Ducks. Important second out there. Now a fly ball cannot bring in a run. And here is Lentini, who doubled his first time up, his 41st of the season. And that now puts him tied for the 3rd most in a year in Atlantic League history. First pitch on the way. Lentini lays off the slider down and outside. That is ball 1. Lentini with a double and the run scored, his 107th run of the year. He also leads the league in hits this season. Coming into today, he has a total of 176 hits, now up to 177, 18 more than the next closest candidate. Ground ball hit right back to the mound. Nice stab made by Harris. He jogs to first, the underhand toss in time, and a good job by Harris to work out of the jam here in the second. So for the Ducks, no runs, 1 hit, a walk. They leave the bases loaded. No errors in the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. The Ducks lead is still 1-0.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free. It takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglyny.com/savemoney.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom of the second inning, the Ducks with a 1-0 lead. The Ducks have teamed up this season with Municipal Credit Union to present the Walks with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union makes a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. Entering today, the Ducks have drawn 391 walks. They have added one more today, so 392 on the season for Long Island. That puts them about right in the middle of the pack in the Atlantic League. So as we go to inning number 2, the bottom half of the inning, it'll be Joel Guzman leading things off for the Revolution. He'll bat from the right side and be followed by Keith Castillo and Brian Pounds. First pitch is a fastball that must have just missed the outside corner. Looked pretty good from here. The count 1-0. Guzman at 280 on the season and has had a very fine year for the Revolution. Here he lines a bullet foul down the left field line into the seats. Looked like it carried off an empty row. And the count even up at 1-1. He has been struggling mightily of the plate of late, and the Revs hoping that his double in the ninth inning yesterday will help key him offensively. He is hitting .083 in his last 6 games coming into tonight. And that is taken for another ball. Leverett now behind at 2-1. York got a double and a walk in the first inning, but could not manage a run. Leverett was able to get a fly out from Rivers and a ground out from Rocket. Breaking ball here from the left-hander is low, and he's now behind at 3-1 on Guzman. Infield slightly shifted here to the left side as Guzman cuts through a fastball over the outside corner for strike 2. Runs the count full. Lights are not on despite the cloudy skies. It's kind of like a bright glare through the clouds right now. Makes it a little tough to see. Payoff pitch, and Guzman fouls it back to the screen. He stays alive. We'll do it again with the count full. Revolution tomorrow will have to make their way down to Texas as they'll start their series on Tuesday night. 3-2 is a breaking ball in for a called strike 3. Nice pitch from Leverett through the curve right at the knees on the outside corner. First strikeout of the day for the Ducks left-hander, although Guzman did not agree. So 1 away, and that'll bring Keith Castillo, the switch-hitting catcher, to the plate. He'll bat from the right side against the lefty Leverett, and the first pitch to him is rocked in the air to left center field and hit well. Back goes Lentini, warning track at the wall, and you can forget it. A solo home run over the wall in left center for Keith Castillo, his 5th of the season, and the Revolution tie the ball game up at 1 here in the bottom half of the second inning. So the cannon fired following the home run, as Castillo burns his former team. Got a pitch up in the zone and put a good swing on it, hammering it to left center on the first pitch. RBI number 28 for Castillo. The Ducks, after missing out with the bases loaded, 1 out in the top of the second, now see the score tied up at 1. So now the base is empty, 1 out, and here is Brian Pounds, the third baseman. Leverett kicks and fires. There's a fastball over the outside corner. Good 2-seamer for strike 1. Pounds hitting .250 on the year. He's got pop. 13 home runs, 69 runs batted in, but has struggled to hit consistently and does tend to strike out a lot. 0-1. Leverett misses down and away to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. That home run for York was their 132nd of the year, second most in the league behind Lancaster, who has 144. No surprise in that ballpark. 1-1 is a high pop-up in the air to shallow left center. Carlos Hughes going out. On the outfield grass, he makes the call on the catch. And Pound set down for the second out in the second inning.
Now batting, your shortstop, number 13, Brandon Chavez.
That was the 11th home run given up this season by Jared Leverett, 3rd with the Ducks. And so with 2 down and the bases empty, the shortstop and 9-hitter Brandon Chavez will come to the plate. First pitch fastball here misses above the belt, 1-0. By the way, if you're keeping score at home, the official scorekeeper here in New York has officially ruled an error on that fielder's choice that Chris Skura reached on. In the top of this inning, there's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. They ruled an error on the second baseman Perez, said that he dropped the ball on the flip from Chavez, and initially they believed that he was going to beat the play at second, but on further review he wasn't. So it is a fielder's choice E4 as this is a slammed foul down the right field line up onto the concourse. And now 1-2 for Perez. That'll be his 14th error of the year. So the count 1-2 on Chavez as Leverett looks to retire 2 in a row following the homer. The line in the offering. Chavez, a ground ball, smashed fair inside the bag of third and down the left field line. Lou Ford will go retrieve it on the warning track in left. Stopping at second base with the double is Chavez. So an extra base hit once again. 3 hits for York, all have been for extra bases against Leverett. And Chavez on with his 14th double of the season.
Now batting, your center fielder, number 1, Travis Witherspoon.
So Leverett doesn't seem to have as sharp of a command here today as he had down in Texas when he allowed just 5 hits over 7 innings. He's already allowed 3 here today, and each one has been hit pretty hard. So, runner at second, 2 down. Here is Travis Witherspoon, who doubled his first time up. And Leverett's first pitch to him is a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Leverett has not faced the Revolution as a member of the Ducks. Coming into today, all of his appearances came as a member of the Bees against the Revolution. 0-1, 3.60 ERA with New Britain against York, as this is dealt outside for a ball to even up the count. 7 games, 3 starts against York this year for Leverett. 0-1, 3.60 ERA, and 29 strikeouts in 25 innings. 1-1, swing and a miss. Good fastball down and away, and Witherspoon cannot connect. One of those appearances was a 10 strikeout performance here July 17th while with New Britain. Allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks over 7 innings. New Britain lost the game, though, 5-4. And so Leverett got a no decision. Missed here down and away with a fastball. It's 2-2. And thus far, his pitch count has been elevated. And last pitch was his 40th already of the day. Now is 2-2. Kicks and fires, and the breaking ball is taken up high. So that runs the count full on Witherspoon. A walk to him would bring the lefty Jared Mitchell up to the plate. Chavez leads from second, good speed. He's got 2 outs in the inning. And a 3-2 delivery to Witherspoon. Breaking ball, a check swing. They'll appeal to first, but David Speranza said that Witherspoon did not go, so a 2-out walk issued to Travis Witherspoon. Second walk of the day issued by Leverett. And York has now put 2 on with 2 out in the inning. And left-handed hitting Jared Mitchell will get an opportunity to come up to the plate. So here is Mitchell to bat from the left side. Looking in for the sign is Leverett. Long look in here to blank. And now gets the pitch he likes, but Mitchell asks for time. Now the first pitch, and Mitchell lifts a fly ball in the air to left. Lou Ford takes a step back, but he'll have plenty of room, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So York will settle for 1 run in the inning on 2 hits and a walk. No errors, they leave 2 on base. A solo home run to left center by Keith Castillo has put the Revolution on the scoreboard and tied the game at 1 after 2.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Inning number 3 coming up here at Peoples Bank Park. The Ducks and the Revolution are tied up at 1 apiece. Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Right now the Ducks are a healthy bunch. That is certainly good news. Ducks want to be healthy going into the playoffs. The usuals that have been out long-term remain out with injuries. Time called here by Ruben Gotay as Tyrell Harris taking a long time looking in for the sign. Right-hander, again a long look in. Ian Castillo seemed to be having trouble. Now they're ready. First pitch to Gotay is a fastball low. And the count 1-0. Kevin Baez said that Todd Coffey, who earned the save here the last 2 nights, will not be available today out of the bullpen. Has to see with Amalio Diaz, but he might not be either. Same with Patrick Kreider. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner. That'll even the count at 1-1. The key again is how far Leverett goes, and then ultimately it's about which guys need work before the start of the playoffs. 1-1. That breaking ball taken outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ducks have pretty much used each one of their relievers in this series. I think with the exception of Freddie Cabrera, everybody else has pitched at least once out of the pen. 2-1. Breaking ball is taken down and away. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike on Gotay, who delivered an RBI single to center back in the first inning, scoring Lentini, who led off the game with a double. Harris behind in the count at 3-1. Wine in the offering on the way, and Gotay swings and misses. Beat him with the fastball up in the zone. Good pitch from Harris, and now the count full at 3-2. Gotay will likely finish as the team leader in walks this year. He's found his way on base quite a bit throughout the course of the season. 3-2 delivery, and he swings and it's a ground ball to first. It's gobbled up there by Kevin Rivers. He'll take it to the bag himself. Gotay retired on the ground out, and there is the first out here in the 3rd inning. Gotay now 5 of 10 in this series. The 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. 1 away here is Ford to the plate, batting from the right side. Lou, a double play ground out back in the 1st inning, following the Gotay RBI single. Harris winds and fires. Now the first pitch to Ford is swung and hit high in the air to left center. Hit pretty well, but I think this is going to stay in the yard. Back in the left center field gap, Witherspoon makes the catch on the warning track. Ford just missed it. Got under it slightly and almost had his 6th home run of the year. But ends up being a long fly out to left center, 2nd out of the inning, and that'll leave it up to the designated hitter, Cody Puckett. For York, this is a big game in terms of the fact that they want to end the season with the win. They have lost 6 consecutive games coming into this point, and it'd be really tough to go into the playoffs losers of 7 straight, although, again, anything can happen in the start of a short series. First pitch to Cody Puckett, misses outside for ball 1. Long Island, who had come into this series having lost 5 of 6 here in York, can end up coming away with the split of the 10 games here in York, PA, with a win here today. 1-0. Puckett takes the slider outside. Good hard slider from Harris, but missed off the corner. And it's 2-0 on Puckett, who struck out looking his first time up back in the first inning. Cody Puckett had a tough day yesterday, was 1 for 5, did end up scoring a run. Just 2 of 14 in this series, now 2 of 15 with the strikeout. Here's the 2-0. Puckett takes the fastball downstairs, and that is ball 3. Some teams would like to say it's not a big deal if you struggle during the final week or so of the season. You want to save your wins for the playoffs. Others say you want to be playing well going into the playoffs. I don't think anybody wants to struggle, but 3-0. Puckett swings away. 3-0. He got the green light and fouled it off. So that'll run the count to 3-1. Mike Dowd now doing some coaching down at third base, and it looks like Nick Struck is around now at first. So Kevin Baez giving some of his players the opportunity to coach today in the final day of the regular season. No surprise. We've seen that from a bunch of teams before. 3-1. Puckett a ground ball fouled to the third base side off the facing of the dugout. So Cody Puckett got ahead 3-0, got the green light twice, has fouled off 2, and now the count full. Harris looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Second baseman Andres Perez shaded towards the middle for Puckett. Pounds playing close to the line at third. Here comes the payoff pitch from Harris. Right-hander kicks and fires, and Puckett will swing and miss. Strike 3. Chase the fastball over the outside corner. So Harris comes back from 3-0 down to strike out Puckett, his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. To the bottom of the third we go, all tied up at 1.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, Ducks fans, when Cody Puckett struck out swinging to end the top half of the third inning, that was the 15th out of today's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO, 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. So the Ducks with a run in the first, the Revolution with a run in the bottom of the second. Each team with 3 hits. York has committed the only error. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and it will be Andres Perez, Kevin Rivers, and Michael Rocket, 3, 4, and 5 in the order, due up against Leverett. So Perez will dig into the right-handed batter's box. Ducks defense with a slight shift to the left side, but not much. And the first pitch on the way from Leverett is a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Perez drew a walk with 1 out in the first to put 2 on with 1 away against Leverett. Came back to retire the next 2 and keep York off the scoreboard. Leverett also got an out from Mitchell with 2 on and 2 outs in the second. After allowing the home run here, Perez a bullet line drive down the left field line, but a foul ball at the top of the picnic pavilion. So the count 0-2, or I should say the top of the picnic-style seats down the left field line, right near the Grand Slam Brew House. So 0-2 on Perez. Had a terrific year again this season for York. He is at the top of the leaderboard in almost every offensive category. 0-2. Fastball misses high. Perez is the Revolution all-time leader in hits, extra base hits, home runs, total bases, doubles, RBIs, games, and at-bats. He's at the top of every one, and here he takes a breaking ball just off the outside corner. He is 3 runs behind Scott Grimes, who is at 298. Perez at 295. So a chance he could still get that today. He's on a 10-game hitting streak coming in. And here it's a fly ball to left and hit well. Forward turns and looks this one up at the wall. You can forget it. Make it 11 straight games with a hit for Perez. Another home run for York. And they have the 2-1 lead here in the 3rd inning. 14th home run of the year for Andres Perez, and 2nd of the series for him over the arch nemesis. Here comes the cannon. So York with the 1-run advantage, their first lead of the night, and if I'm not mistaken, that's their first lead of this entire series. Looking back now, indeed that is true. First lead of the entire series for the York Revolution comes here in the bottom of the 3rd of the series finale as Andres Perez clears the arch nemesis in left field. So 2nd home run of the day for York off of Leverett. First pitch here to Rivers is a high and inside fastball. Backs Rivers off the plate. Yesterday we saw a home run hit by Mike Dowd in the 7th inning, and Frank Gailey, not the next pitch, but the next batter ended up hitting Anthony Vega in the back square between the numbers. The two ended up getting into a little bit of a verbal exchange, but not much else beyond that. 1-0, and Rivers here hits a pop-up in the air to center. Phelan Lentini barely has to move, and he will make the catch for the out. So Rivers retired, 2nd time today on a fly out to center. He's looking back towards the mound a little bit as he makes his way to the dugout, but Leverett was looking the other way. I don't know if that was to send a message at all, that fastball up and in, but I know Rivers wasn't too happy about it. So 1 away, and that'll bring Michael Rocket up to the plate from the right side. Rocket a ground out his first time up. And the first pitch to him is swung and grounded foul back behind the plate. Revolution have now hit 30 home runs, or check that, 29 home runs over the arch nemesis this year. Perez and Guzman tied for the team lead with 6 apiece. Here a foul ball back behind the plate. On the count, 0-2. Perez now with 14 home runs, 63 runs batted in on the year, and now just 2 runs shy of Scott Grimes' team record. Here a ground ball hit to first, right off the end of the bat of Rocket. Colvin is there. He'll step on the bag at first for the out. And just like that, 2 away. It shows you how dominant the Ducks have been in this series. The fact that they have had a lead or the game has been tied from the start of the series up until now. The Ducks taking the first 3 games by scores of 4-2, 4-1, and 7-4. They haven't really routed the Revolution in this series, but they have had the upper hand, and the pitching staff really has shut down the York lineup for the most part. First pitch here to Joel Guzman is swung and grounded foul back behind the plate, 0-1. Guzman struck out looking his first time up on a breaking ball back in the 2nd inning. And now the 0-1. That's taken outside. He had struck out 3 times yesterday, but in the 9th inning got behind in the count. With 2 strikes, he doubled to keep the game alive. York ended up rallying for 2 runs against Kyle Hansen, but that was all they could muster. As here, a line drive to short. Nice grab made by Carlos Hughes, a little leap, and he was able to come up with it for the final out of the inning. Revolution take their first lead of the series, though. They get a run on Andres Perez's solo home run to left. Bases left empty, and after 3, it's the Revolution in front of the Ducks, 2-1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Two to 1, York leads Long Island after 3 innings of play. First time the Revolution have had a lead in this series. We go to the 4th. And as we hit the 4th inning, it's time for our 4th inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Runs have certainly seemed to be a topic of late, and so our question will be runs related. Phelan Lentini leads the Atlantic League this year with 107 runs. We talked about how Andres Perez is inching closer to the Revolution all-time runs record. He is just 2 runs shy of that right now. And with Lentini's 107 runs, he needs 2 more to crack the top 5 in the most runs scored in a single season in Atlantic League history. First pitch here from Tyrell Harris to Tyler Colvin, and that's taken inside for ball 1. The question, who has scored the most runs in a single season in Atlantic League history? Which player has that title? We'll let you think about it. We'll give you the answer in the bottom half of this inning. No cheating by looking it up. But which player has the most runs in a single season in league history? 1-0. Colvin hits a fly ball in the air to deep left center field. Rocket going back. Warning track at the wall. He looks up and you can forget it. Tyler Colvin responds immediately in the 4th with a solo home run to left center field. His 5th of the season. And that puts the Ducks back to 2 runs, and they tie up this ball game at 2. In the 4th inning. Long Island goes yard again, their 4th home run of the series, as Tyler Colvin clears the fence in left center. And he continues his hot hitting of late. The ball flying out of the yard today. 3 home runs between the two teams through the first 3+ innings. Now the Ducks and the Revs are tied again, 2-2. First pitch here misses low and outside for ball 1 to Mike Blank. With that, the Ducks now have 84 home runs on the season. They'll have to hit 16 more today to meet the Chappies home run challenge. Not sure they can do that, but with the way the ball's flying here today, who knows? 1-0. That's a drive in the air to center, but not going to be deep enough. It was off the end of the bat. Travis Witherspoon in left center is there to make the catch. Blank, who singled his first time up, flies to center for the first out of the 4th. Now, if the Ducks end up meeting that Chappies home run challenge, Chappies Funeral Homes would donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Anthony Vega had a 2-run home run here on Thursday night. Yesterday, Delta Cleary Jr. a 3-run blast, miked out a 2-run shot. So the Ducks are now just a grand slam away from the homer cycle for the series. First pitch here is a breaking ball low. 1-0 the count on Matt Wessinger, who drew a walk his first time up. Good response from the Ducks after falling behind for the first time in the series to tie the game with the leadoff hitter in the 4th. And here Wessinger takes a fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Colvin now has driven in 28 runs. And after getting 3 hits here 2 nights ago, 2 hits yesterday, he's now got a hit today. And it takes a breaking ball inside. It's also now, I believe it's 3 consecutive games with an extra base hit for Tyler Colvin. Indeed it is. So all 3 games he's played in this series, he's had an extra base hit. Pretty impressive. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one was Matt Wessinger. Count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harris looks in for the sign. Now comes set. Here's the 2-2. And Wessinger takes a fastball low to run the count full. Ducks have not been a big home run hitting team, but they've gotten hot with it on this road trip, specifically in this series. Now the 3-2. Wessinger, a swing and a miss. Strike 3 out in front of the breaking ball. The ball was in the dirt, so Castillo applies the tag. Strikeout number 4 for Tyrell Harris. Now a two-way, that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Chris Skura. That home run was the 13th of the year. Check that, 14th of the year, given up by Tyrell Harris. So now 2 outs with the bases empty. Each team with 4 hits, and Chris Skura will step to the plate from the right side. Ready to go is the right-hander Harris, his first pitch. And the fastball is taken for a strike, 0-1. Skura reached on a fielder's choice E4 back in the second inning when Perez dropped the flip from Chavez at second. And here he takes outside, 1-1. That ended up loading the bases for Long Island, but Hughes struck out and Lentini grounded back to the mound to end the rally. 1-1. Skura checks the swing on a breaking ball. They appeal to first. David Speranza said that he went around. Skura did not agree. The count goes to 1-2. Skura again did not play the last 2 nights. Did start the first game of this series and was 1 for 4 at the plate. He singled in his last at bat in the 9th inning. So with 2 away, 1-2 the count as Harris trying to retire 3 in a row following the home run. Harris looks in for the sign from Castillo. Now he's ready. 1-2 delivery on the way to Chris Skura, and the fastball is taken upstairs. He would not chase, 2-2. Wind continues to blow out towards left center field here today and inviting for the hitters who have 3 home runs combined today. 2-2 is downstairs. Good eye again from Skura to work the count full. If he reaches, Carlos Hughes will be next. Crazy to think that it's already the final game of this regular season. In some ways it has flown by. In some ways there have been so many things that have gone on during the course of this season. 3-2. And that's upstairs, ball 4. Good eye from Chris Skura as he is able to draw the 2-out walk. Second base on balls given up by Harris today. It's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So the Ducks get a 2-out base runner in the form of the speedy Chris Skura. And now Carlos Hughes will step to the plate, but before he comes up, we're going to get a visit here from Paul Fletcher, the pitching coach for the Revolution. And it looks like Michael Click is going to head into the bullpen and start getting some work in. So Fletcher is going to have a discussion here with Tyrell Harris. Looks like he's motioning with his right arm as if try and say something that might be a little off of this arm slot. Why he might be having some trouble at points during this game. So, there's the visit from Paul Fletcher. He will head back to the first base dugout. And again, Michael Click will get loose in the bullpen. Harris currently is at 64 pitches on the day, 35 for strikes. And as we mentioned earlier, last game of the season, sometimes you just see guys start and maybe go 4 or 5 innings just to get some work in. First pitch to Hughes is lifted in the air to left center field. Hit pretty well, but it looks like it's going to stay in the yard. On the edge of the warning track, Michael Rocket will make the catch, and Hughes retired for the final out of the 4th inning. Ducks, though, tie up the game. They get a run on 1 hit, the solo home run by Tyler Colvin. They draw a walk as well and leave that runner on base. Through 3.5 innings of play, we are all tied up at 2 apiece.
Hey fans, this is Todd Coffey, right-handed pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
To the bottom half of the fourth inning, Long Island Ducks with 2 runs. The York Revolution with 2 runs, both sides with 4 hits. And what has been a slugfest thus far, 3 home runs between the 2 teams. And we're all even up at 2 apiece. Time for the answer to our fourth inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Gave you the question in the top half of the inning. Phelan Lentini with 107 runs on the season leads the Atlantic League. But we want to know who had the most runs in a single season in league history. Lentini way off from that. It's incredible when you think about it. Lentini has scored so many runs this year, far and away better than anybody else, and still way off the all-time record. As Jared Leverett misses down and away for ball 1 to Keith Castillo. The answer is Scott Grimes, who was with the York Revolution in 2010, 138 runs during that 2010 season. Foul ball to the top of the screen behind home plate by Castillo. That'll leave in the count at 1-1. Castillo a solo home run to left center his first time up back in the second, his 5th of the season. Scott Grimes helping the Revs to a championship that year. Here a foul ball first base side out of play. Michael Woods has the 2nd most runs in league history for a single year, 119 of them in 2008 with Lancaster. Billy Hall of Somerset had 113 in 2000, 111 in 2001, and then Bobby Hill of Newark 109 in 2000. Fastball misses low here to Castillo. That runs the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leverett looking to try and keep the Revs off the scoreboard for the first time since the opening inning. And here he takes a breaking ball outside to run the count full at 3-2. So trying to hit that outside corner fairly consistently during the game. It just has not been getting any calls there. 3-2. Castillo hits a ground ball to third. Gobbled up there by Matt Wessinger. His throw across the diamond and a good stretch from Tyler Colvin to save Wessinger the error. So Castillo retired on the ground out, and there's the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning. And overall, when you think about this season as a full concept for the Ducks, it has to be viewed, at least in terms of the regular season, as a fairly successful one. They won the first half title. That is a first and foremost goal for any team in the Atlantic League. You want to get into the playoffs in the first half by winning the first half division title, not have to stress out in the second half as Brian pounds. It's a mile-high pop-up, middle of the infield. Tyler Colvin making the call. He gives way now to Ruben Gotay, and it is Gotay, the second baseman, who makes the catch for the second out. Winning the first half allows you to not have to stress too much during the second half. It allows you to withstand some of the blows that the Ducks ended up taking during the second half, with 5 pitchers having their contracts purchased. A couple others end up suffering injuries that have kept them out long term. Ducks also had to withstand injuries to key players during the course of the year, like Lou Ford and Dan Lyons and Cody Puckett, Mark Minikazi, all who have missed extended time, all who have been very important players for this team. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Delta Cleary Jr. missed a month, and I think when you think about all of these guys who missed significant time with injuries, as the breaking ball is taken down and in, even the count at 1-1, it is incredible to think that the Ducks right now could at worst finish the year 8 games over 500 for the season. They're 72-67 right now. If they win today, they'll match the mark they had 2 years ago when they went 73-67 in a non-playoff year. Leverett misses high and outside. 2-1 now on Chavez, who doubled his first time up. But that is a testament not only to the players who all stepped up and filled in when those guys were out hurt, but to their manager, Kevin Baez. 2-1 is a fastball strike on the outside corner. That'll even things up at 2-2. And because he doesn't have the best overall record in the Atlantic League, he might not get Atlantic League Managerial Manager of the Year, but he certainly is deserving in that conversation. As Leverett misses down and away, breaking ball, 3-2 now. As he has done so much to keep this team together, he's now got them playing some great baseball in the final week of the season going into the playoffs. Payoff pitch to Chavez, and he swings and fouls one back to the top of the screen. So I think in the regard of winning the first half, clinching a playoff berth, and having a winning record, those are all important things. They've had several players put together fine seasons for them this year. But ultimately, it's about what happens next week, and if they advance the following week. 3-2. Chavez takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Leverett. Both of them looking. He retires the side in order for the first time today. 1, 2, 3 go the Revs. We go to the 5th, all tied up at 2 on the final day of the regular season here in York.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the exclusive Trouttown Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trouttown Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience awaits. Fifth inning coming up here at Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Long Island Ducks have the lead right now. Or check that, I should say the score is tied. 2-2, they did have the lead. But now the game tied up at 2. They fell behind briefly and immediately took a run back to tie up this game. New pitcher is coming in for the York Revolution. That's sound in the background, by the way. There's a gentleman out on the field who's got a giant rocket gun in the shape of a Frankfurter that is, I believe, shooting Frankfurters out into the crowd. So hot dogs for everybody today as he is firing them into the crowd. He actually fired one that ended up hitting the warning track in front of the screen behind home plate and got some boos from the crowd. Either way, Michael Click has come on. He is going to take over for Harris after 4 innings, so Harris will not be able to get a win. He ended up leaving with the score tied anyway, so he would still get a no decision. But Click will take over for Harris. New pitcher is in. And the Ducks will be sending up the top of their order to the plate in the 5th. It'll be Lentini, Gotay, and Ford due up for the flock. Michael Pollock here with you. Thanks so much for joining us on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Online as well at liducks.com. We appreciate you joining us. Up to the plate steps Phelan Lentini. He will bat from the right side. Looking in for the sign and coming set is Michael Click. His first pitch on the way. Lentini a swing and a miss. Good hack. But cuts right through it. And they count 0-1. Lentini a double in his first at bat back at the first inning. His league leading 41st of the year. That puts him tied for third most in league history behind Ray Navarrete, who had 50 in 2014 and 42 in 2007. 0-1, breaking ball down and away. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini then bounced back to the mound in the second. A hard comebacker, but Harris made the nice stop and the flip to first to get the final out of the inning. 1-1. Swinging a little tapper foul at the plate. Good breaking ball from Click. Lentini just got a little piece, and it's 1-2. So again today, Lentini playing in his 140th game of the season. He has played all 140 this year for the Flock, joining what Lou Ford did back in 2014. Jovan Rosa of New Britain also starting today. So both Lentini and Rosa playing in all 140 games this year. That says a lot that Lentini, in this year that he turned 39 years old, was able to stay healthy and fit enough to play in all 140 of them. Here comes the 1-2. Click set at the belt. Kicks and fires, and Lentini takes a fastball low and outside. Leaving up the count at 2-2. When Ford did it in 2014, was one of the many reasons why he was named Atlantic League Player of the Year. And we'll see if Lentini ends up getting that or Jeremy Barfield of Sugar Land. Those seem to be the two likely candidates for that title. 2-2 delivery. Right-hander comes set at the belt. Kicks and deals, and Lentini takes another slider down and away from Click. He would not chase. And the count then goes full at 3-2. Click has appeared in 47 games this year for York. 2 of them starts. He's had his struggles. 6-3 record, a 5.19 ERA. Does have 1 save. He's looked pretty good facing the Ducks. And did pitch previously in this series in the opener. And through a scoreless inning, striking out 2. And relief of Tony Pena. Now the payoff pitch coming. Click set on the mound. Fires to the plate, and Lentini will swing and foul this one off to the top of the screen, first base side. Fights off another to stay alive, and we'll do it again with the count full. Harris goes 4 innings today, gives up 4 hits and 2 runs, both of which were earned. Walked 2 batters in the game and struck out 4. He also gave up the home run to Tyler Colvin that tied this game up. Another payoff pitch coming. Click ready to go. Fires to the plate, and Lentini fouls one off again. A late swing just to fight one off and stay alive, and he was able to drill it into the seats. We'll do it again at 3-2. Click in his 60 2/3 innings has given up 65 hits, 38 runs, 35 of which have been earned. He has walked 17 and struck out 59. That's the one key. He doesn't walk too many and does strike out a lot. But the key for him is finding ways to keep guys off the base paths from getting hits and scoring runs. 3-2 delivery. Once again to Lentini, and he'll swing and smash one inside the bag at third and down the left field line. Extra bases once again for Phelan Lentini as he rounds first and will head to second. And he stops right there with another double, 42nd of the year for Phelan Lentini, tied for the second most in a single season in Atlantic League history. So for the second time in this game, Lentini leads off an inning with a double. He's now got a total of 57 extra base hits this year. That is 3 behind Jeremy Barfield, who has 60 of them. So Lentini on at second base with nobody out. Here is Ruben Gotay to the plate, switch hitter from the left side. We'll see if he tries to move Lentini over with Ford coming to the plate next. Gotay 1 for 2 today with an RBI single and a ground out to first. Click comes set at the belt. And his first pitch of the at-bat, Gotay takes. And it's a fastball strike at the belt, 0-1. Gotay, after the Lentini double in the first inning, ended up lining a single into center field. Scoring Lentini from second easily with his speed. Good lead for Lentini. And now the 0-1. Lifted in the air to left center field. Rocket drifting back. And in deep left center, he'll make the catch. Lentini goes back to second, but he will not tag. As the throw comes into the shortstop, Chavez. So Gotay hit one well the opposite way, but caught by Rocket. Cannot get Lentini to third with less than 2 outs and 1 away here in the 5th inning. So 1 away, and now Lou Ford will step to the plate from the right side. Ford today 0 for 2. I'm trying to end this season on a high note. He hit one well his last time up to left center, but just got under it by a bit. And it stayed in the yard. So he will bat from the right side. Lentini will take his lead off at second. First pitch from Click on the way, and Ford will take a slider on the outside corner for strike one. Ford coming into today, 2 for 10 in the series, now 2 for 12 with a double and a run scored. Overall, 4 of 18 on this road trip, so it's been a little bit of a slow go for him in this final week of the season. Perhaps saving his hits for the playoffs, we'll see. 0-1. Runner going for third. Pitch is taken up high. The throw down to third, not in time. Lentini, another stolen base. He just got too good of a jump on Michael Click, and he has his 51st stolen base of the year. Not even close on the throw by Castillo, who actually made a pretty good throw, but again, just too good of a jump. And even with 51 stolen bases, Lentini is second in the league behind New Britain's Michael Krause, who has 61 this year, and way off the all-time record, which is 104. 1-1 fouled in and out of the glove of Castillo. Good swing by Ford, but just got a little piece of it, 1-2. Billy Hall of Somerset in 2000 had 104. It's interesting, the top 3 names on the league record for stolen bases: Billy Hall, 104, Bobby Hill, 81, and Billy Hall again, 72. Lentini's still a long way off from those, but back in the day, boy, guys were running nonstop here in the Atlantic League. So now runner at third with 1 out as Lentini's able to get there. We'll see if Ford can get him in. 1-2 from Click. Kicks and fires, and Ford will take a fastball up high. Would not chase. Scoreboard had that one at 92 miles an hour. So that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 5th inning here in York. Ducks with a runner at third, 1 away. Tie ball game at 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Click delivers, and Ford will swing and hit a ground ball to short. Lentini coming home with the infield back. The throw to first is in time for the out. Scoring from third is Phelan Lentini. An RBI ground out for Lou Ford, his 30th run batted in of the season. And the Ducks have the lead back 3-2 in the 5th inning. So RBI number 30 for Ford, and for Lentini, his 108th run of the season. And if Lentini can find his way to get one more run here today, he would move into the top 5 in the Atlantic League for most runs in a single season. Cody Puckett down to the plate from the right side. First pitch to him, and he swings and lifts a pop-up in the air to shallow center. Moving in on it is Travis Witherspoon. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. However, the Ducks take the lead back. They get a run in the inning on 1 hit. No errors, and the bases are left empty. 4.5 in the books. We're halfway through here on this Sunday afternoon, the final day of the regular season. 3-2 in favor of Long Island.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
on to the 5th at Peoples Bank Park. Long Island Ducks with a 3-2 lead over the York Revolution. Final game of the regular season for these two postseason-bound teams. The Ducks open up the playoffs on Wednesday night in Bridgewater, New Jersey against the Somerset Patriots in the Liberty Division Championship Series. And the Skeeters open up on Tuesday night down in Sugar Land, Texas against the Skeeters in the Freedom Division Championship Series. First pitch to Travis Witherspoon from Jared Leverett is a breaking ball that misses down and in. Count goes to 1-0. Leverett thus far has allowed 2 runs on 4 hits in 4 innings. He's made 2 mistakes that have both been hit over the arch, over the walls and left. This one is missed down and in. Castillo cleared the wall in left center field, the shorter wall, for a solo home run in the second, and then Andres Perez lifted one over the arch nemesis in left in the third. Otherwise, he's been pretty strong. And now he's got the lead back after Lou Ford's RBI ground out in the top half of this 5th inning. 1-1 the count on Witherspoon. Leverett fires. Witherspoon is swinging a ground ball hit to short. Right there is Carlos Hughes. He fires over to first in time for the out. Witherspoon had doubled and walked in his first 2 plate appearances. Now retired for the first time today. 1 out, and that'll bring up Jared Mitchell. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in New Britain, Connecticut today. The Bees trying to end their season with a series win over the Patriots. They lead it 4-0 right now, bottom of the 4th inning. And tough to think that if New Britain wins today, they were 1 win away. If they had won that game on Friday night, they would have ended up getting into the playoffs over the Patriots. They have won 2 of the first 3 in that series. They needed to win all of them. But Somerset will end up getting into the playoffs as the fastball here misses high for ball 1 to Mitchell, who's over 2. Starter today for the Bees is Dylan Thompson. Meanwhile, for Somerset, it's Efrain Nieves. There's a breaking ball in for a strike, and the count 1-1. Britain today with 2 RBIs from Craig Maddox, 1 each from Jovan Rosa and James McGuigan. Again, Rosa playing in his 140th game of the year. He and Lentini, the only 2 to play in every one this season. Ground ball to the right side and through for Mitchell, a base hit. His first hit of the ball game. He's now 1 of 3. For York, their 5th hit of the day. So the Revs put the tying run on with 1 out in this 5th inning. And that will bring up Andres Perez. Again, we'll see how that game ends up turning out. But if New Britain ends up winning, it'll be tough for them to swallow that they were 1 win away in that Friday night affair from getting into the playoffs in this expansion year for them. If they needed to take all 4 from Somerset to get in, that might end up taking 3 of 4. Here's Andres Perez from the right side, who has walked and homered today. Dangerous hitter, so Leverett will have to be careful. Good lead for Mitchell at first. And the first pitch on the way. Perez takes a breaking ball down and in. Barnstormers and the Bluefish in Bridgeport tied at 1, bottom of the 5th inning. Joe Gardner started for Lancaster. Jonathan Albaladejo for Bridgeport. And lots of stuff to talk about from this game. We'll tell you about it after this 1-0 pitch. On the way, Perez takes a fastball. That's at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Jonathan Albaladejo has struck out 8 in this game and has now set a new Atlantic League record for strikeouts in a single season, surpassing the 161 set by Len Pacoda back in 2001 of the Nashua Pride. One line drive in a left field, base hit for Perez. So after getting the first batter of the inning out, Jared Leverett has allowed back-to-back singles to Mitchell and Perez. And York now has the tying run and go-ahead run on with 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up Kevin Rivers. The other big note coming from that game, Lancaster before the game activated Butch Hobson, their manager, 65 years old, to play in the game, give him an opportunity to get to play in the same game with his son Casey Hobson, who started at first. First pitch coming up, and the breaking ball is taken for a called strike. The count 0-1. Hobson, no surprise, struck out in his at-bat in the first against Albaladejo. Ended up going out for the bottom of the first inning before getting taken out of the game. 0-1, runners going. Pitch is taken low. The throw down to third is held on to by Mike Blank. Too good of a jump as Leverett did not pay enough attention to the runners. And a double steal pulled off by the Revolution. So Mitchell makes his way down to third. And to second goes Perez on the double steal. For Perez, his second stolen base of the year. For Mitchell, his 26th in 30 attempts. And now it'll be a 1-1 coming up to the left-handed hitting Rivers, who has flown out to center twice today. Leverett will step off the rubber and go through the signs again. So again, the score there is 1-1. Lancaster's RBI from Mike Jacobs, Bridgeport from Wellington Dotel. Here a swing and a miss. Good hard slider from Leverett. And Rivers swung through it for strike two. Obviously a big batter here as Leverett wants to get Rivers out with 2 in scoring position and bring Rocket to the plate. Both Rivers and Rocket are 0 for 2 in this game. 1-2 delivery. And Rivers will swing and foul this one in and out of the glove of Mike Blank. Just caught a piece to stay alive. Mets at home to take on the Twins today. 3-1. The Mets lead it as they play in the 5th inning. TJ Rivera with a home run for the Mets, his second of the season. Mets going with Gabriel Inoa on the mound while the Twins counter with their starting pitcher Kyle Gibson. Another 1-2. Rivers takes a fastball just off the outside corner. Close pitch, but did not get the call, did Leverett. So now 2-2. Yankees and Red Sox under the lights at Fenway tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. CC Sabathia on the mound for the Yankees, Drew Pomeranz for Boston. Now the 2-2 pitch. Rivers, a ground ball up the middle into center field, base hit. Scoring is Mitchell. Perez around third. He'll try and score. The throw to the plate from Lantini is cut off. A 2-run single up the middle for Kevin Rivers. And the Revolution take the lead back in this seesaw affair as they go in front 4-3. That's why it's important to keep the runners close. As Leverett allowed the double steal to be pulled off between Mitchell and Perez. And could not retire Rivers, who ends up picking up RBIs number 45 and 46 on the year. So 2 runs are in on 3 straight hits for the Revolution. They have the lead back at 4-3. On the first pitch here to Michael Rocket, misses down and away for ball 1. Kevin Baez said before the game the hope was to get Leverett through 5. He's got 1 out here in the 5th, but now 3 straight have reached and 2 have scored. Here Rocket pops one foul over the screen behind the plate. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. Giants playing today at MetLife Stadium against the New Orleans Saints. 7-3 the score in favor of New York at the half. Red Bulls in action later tonight up north of the border, taking on Toronto FC. 1-1 fouled off at the plate. Big breaking ball. Rocket just caught a little piece. So the count 1-2. Rocket in this game is 0 for 2. He is grounded into a force out at second and bounced to first. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rocket with a runner at first, 1 out. Leverett looking for the ground ball here. One ball, 2 strike pitch coming up from the lefty. And Rocket will swing and miss, strike 3. A weak hack as he tried to pull a pitch on the outside corner. 3rd strikeout of the game for Jared Leverett. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Joel Guzman. Well, I don't know if Kevin Baez has made his decision yet in terms of his playoff rotation or anything like that, in terms of who his likely 4 starters are for the postseason. And whether or not today's start has any effect on that, or if it's just to get Leverett work the final day of the year, as he was next in line of the rotation. First pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Guzman, who today is 0 for 2. A strikeout looking in the second, and a line out to short. And obviously Leverett today not with the same sharpness that he had down in Texas. 1-0 pitch. And Guzman fouls it straight back to the screen, leaving things up at 1-1. 1 run on 5 hits and 2 walks with 7 strikeouts down in Texas on Monday. Today, 4 2/3 innings thus far, has allowed 4 runs on 7 hits, has walked 2 and has struck out 3. Guzman here with a foul ball off to the first base side. That's well out of play. That'll run the count to 1-2. Obviously for York, they want to end the series with a victory to end a 6-game losing skid going into the playoffs. The Ducks would love to end the season with a 4-game sweep and a 6-1 road trip. Leverett's 0-2. And Guzman a line drive to left. Lou Ford, though, is right there. He'll make the head-high catch on the liner. And Guzman hits it hard, but is retired to end the inning. Revolution, though, get 2 runs in the inning on 3 consecutive singles. No errors and 1 runner left on base. 5 innings in the books today here at Peoples Bank Park. The Revolution back in front as they lead it 4-3.
Hey fans, this is infielder Matt Wessinger, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free. It takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglyny.com/savemoney.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Ducks fans, we hope you followed all season long as the Ducks have tried to meet the Chappies Home Run Challenge. Ducks need 100 home runs to do it. They have 1 today and now have a total of 84 on the season. Seems like they'll come up a little bit short. If the Ducks had hit 100 home runs, Chappies Funeral Homes would have donated $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappies Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Michael Click goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, a run, no walks or strikeouts. Manny Corpus is now in out of the bullpen for the Revolution, who looks like they will be going with relievers an inning apiece the rest of the day, most likely. That's probably the plan for Mark Mason. First pitch here to Tyler Colvin, and he takes a breaking ball strike on the outside corner. Colvin led off the 4th inning for the Ducks and went the opposite way in the left for a solo home run, his 5th of the year. 28th run batted in. Also led off the 2nd and grounded his 2nd. Here he swings at a breaking ball down low and chops it foul at the first base line. So the count 0-2. Ducks have action in their bullpen down the left field line. Have to think that Jared Leverett's day is done. And the offense hoping here to at least tie the game and take Leverett off the hook for the loss. Here comes an 0-2. Corpus fires, and Colvin takes the breaking ball down and in. So the count goes to 1-2. On the year, Manny Corpus has had pretty good numbers for York. 33 games, he's 3-1 with a 2.25 ERA. 0-2 again, or check that, 1-2, and it's down and away for ball 2. 32 innings for Corpus, 31 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned. He has walked 11 and struck out 27. For the 2nd time in this series. 2-2 delivery to Colvin. Pitch on the way, and he swings and smashes one foul. First base side right off the facing of the dugout where Michael Burgess was standing. Ducks have had only 2 players hit multiple home runs in a game this year. Nate Fryman did it back in May against Bridgeport. Phelan Lentini did it August 13th against the Barnstormers. 2-2. Colvin, a ground ball to the right side in the hole. Andres Perez dives, stops it. His throw to first, not in time. Colvin is able to beat it out. Good effort by Perez to try and make that play in the hole. But it goes for an infield single for Tyler Colvin, his second hit of the day. And Colvin, who had 2 doubles yesterday and 3 hits the day before, now with 3 straight multi-hit games. So Colvin is on at first with the single. And that will bring Mike Blank up to the plate from the right side. Good start for the Ducks against Corpus. Here is Blank, who is 1 for 2, but has hit the ball hard twice. First pitch to him is hit on the ground towards short slowly. Chavez will field. He'll flip to second for 1. On to first. Double play. Second double play turned by the Revs today. Mike Blank ready to hack first pitch. It promptly grounds into the 6-4-3 twin killing. Just like that, the base is empty and 2 away. And that'll leave it up to the Ducks' third baseman, Matt Wessinger. So the former big leaguer Manny Corpus quickly gets 2 outs thanks to 1 swing of the bat from Mike Blank. Here is Wessinger from the right side, 0 for 1 with a walk today. First pitch slider misses a little low. And the count 1-0. Wessinger drew a walk back in the second inning, got stranded at second base, then struck out swinging in the fourth. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Tyrell Harris on the day. 1-0 slider, and again that's low and inside. Didn't miss by much. But Corpus does not get the call. It's 2-0. Cannot tell who the reliever is for the Ducks. That is warming, but looks like Leverett will be done after 5 today. 2-0. Wessinger fouls this one off at home plate. A little bit out in front. Just caught a piece of it to stay alive. So now 2-1. Two-one pitch, fastball cranked in there by Corpus. Wessinger with a big hack, but swings right through it. So the count is even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Wessinger reaches, Chris Skura will be next. Breaking ball here from Corpus just outside. Three and 2 the count on Wessinger, who has been getting on base a lot of late. See if he can find his way on here. Payoff. Lifted in the air, foul, first base side. This will go well back into the seats. Ducks being out hit by 1, outscored by 1, and I guess out errored by 1, although that's a good thing for Long Island. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error for York. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Ducks. It's what's been a seesaw battle in the regular season finale. Corpus a long look in for the sign here from Castillo, and now time is called at home plate. Corpus is now ready. And here's the payoff pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. Good eye from Wessinger as he takes the slider down and away. Third walk issued by Revolution Pitching today. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So able to reach was Matt Wessinger. He's got good speed. We'll see if Kevin Bias puts him in motion at all. He represents the tying run. Here is Skura to the plate from the right side. First pitch to him, and Skura takes a fastball off the outside corner, a throw over to first. Kind of a fake lob over there by Castillo. Ended up tossing it to first, and Wessinger back easily. Skura reached on a fielder's choice error in the second inning. Got stranded at first, then drew a walk in the fourth and was stranded there as well. Wessinger takes his lead. This year, he has stolen 7 bases and has been caught twice. 1-0. Skura takes a slider. That misses the inside corner. Corpus not missing by too much, but he's now fallen behind on the last 2 hitters. He's behind 2-0 here on Skura. Defense for the most part playing straight away here for York. Corpus from the stretch, 2-0. Skura takes, that's high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And another out of the zone would put 2 on with 2 outs for Carlos Hughes. Corpus got the ball back, and Castillo asked for time and got a fresh baseball from the home plate umpire, Nate Caldwell. Thought Corpus wanted a fresh one. But Corpus said, nope, I'm good. I'm good with what I got. So 3-0 here on Skura, excuse me. Wessinger takes his lead off of first base. Corpus fires, and Skura takes all the way. There's a strike. That time the slider caught the inside corner about thigh high. Now 3-1. It looks like Freddie Cabrera is going to be the guy out of the bullpen for the Ducks. He is the only Duck pitcher that has not pitched, I believe, in this series. Now the 3-1. And Skura swings. It's a ground ball to second. Right there is Perez. He'll flip it the short way to Chavez. 4-6 on the force, and the side retired in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and a runner left on base for the Ducks. 5.5 innings through today here in York, and it's the Revolution in front 4-3.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Dowd, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Peoples Bank Park. Long Island Ducks trailing the York Revolution by a count of 4-3. Some final pitch totals for you. Jared Leverett ended up throwing 93 for the Ducks, 58 of them 4 strikes. And Tyrell Harris threw 65 pitches in the ballgame in his 4 innings of work, 36 of them 4 strikes. And just some final pitch counts there if you're keeping track at home. To the 6th inning we go. Jared Leverett's day is done. And after 5 innings of work, his pitch count getting elevated here today. But Kevin Bias said anyway that he would probably only go 5. Freddie Cabrera will come out of the bullpen. I know he's had some family in town, so exciting for them to see him pitch. And Cabrera will take over for Leverett after his 5 innings of work. We'll get you his final line in a bit. Definitely not as sharp as he was in Sugar Land or in his previous start at home. But leaves trailing by just 1. And it'll be Castillo, Pounds, and Chavez, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order for the Revolution. First pitch here from Cabrera, misses low and outside for ball 1. Today, Castillo, a solo home run to left center in the 2nd inning, his 5th of the year, and then a ground out to 3rd 2 innings later. Here he takes a fastball in for a strike. The count 1-1. Castillo, switch hitter. He bats from the left side now against the right-hander Cabrera. Both of his 2 at-bats thus far have come from the right side against the left-hander Leverett. Cabrera long looking for the sign from Blank. Now the 1-1. Castillo takes downstairs for ball 2. Cabrera has pitched in 5 games for the Ducks, one of which was a start in a single admission doubleheader. He's allowed 7 runs, 5 of them earned in 8 1/3 innings. 12 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts for Cabrera. 2-1 is hit on the ground to second. Gobbled up there by Ruben Gotay. His throw on a first is in time for the out. 1 away in the 6th. When the playoffs start, unlike the regular season, teams have to announce an active 25-man roster at the start of the series. And those are the 25 guys that can play in the series. They can't have up to 5 on the inactive list like they have during the regular season. So with that, the Ducks currently have two pitchers on the inactive list. That will likely be active for the postseason. First pitch here misses down and away for ball one in the form of John Brownell, who was placed on the inactive list today for Jared Leverett to be reinstated to active. And Bobby Blevins is the other. 1-0. That slider must have just missed outside, close on the corner. But again, that outside corner has not been called all day by Caldwell. He stayed consistent, but been fairly tight. 2-0 the count on Pounds, who has popped to short and popped to second. 2-0. There's a fastball strike over the inside corner from Cabrera. So once those two are activated, we'll see if it's two pitchers who get taken off the roster or if it'll be a pitcher and a position player. We'll see. 2-1 fastball is taken low, and now 3 balls and a strike on Pounds. The Ducks have 4 position players extra beyond the 9 that play during the normal game, so we'll see if the Ducks trim it down to 3 off the bench. 3-1. Line drive center field. Phelan Lentini on the run. Will have to play it on a hop. It lands for a base hit. So Brian Pounds ends up getting the 1-out single. 8th hit of the day for the Revolution. Easily their best offensive performance of this series. York with a runner at first and 1 away. And that'll bring up the switch hitting shortstop Brandon Chavez batting in the 9 spot. So Leverett goes 5 innings today for the Ducks, gives up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He walked 2, struck out 3, gave up the 2 home runs, 1 to Castillo, 1 to Perez. And through 93 pitches, 58 for strikes. He can lose it, he cannot win it. At best, he'll get a no decision. So here is Chavez from the left side against Cabrera. First pitch to him, and he swings it into ground ball to the left side. Carlos Hughes backhands in the hole, juggles it, he's going to have no play. Hughes might have had a shot at second base, but he double clutched it on the throw over there. And ultimately ended up getting nothing on it. I believe they're going to rule that an infield single. So Chavez will have his second hit of the day. And now York with runners at first and second base with 1 away, looking to extend their lead back to the top of the order for Travis Witherspoon. Those 2 guys are the guys you want to get out, but they have both reached. Now the first pitch on the way to Witherspoon. Fastball taken high and inside, 1-0. It wasn't the easiest of plays on a chopper into the shortstop hole, but I think if Hughes had not double clutched, he would have at least gotten the out at second. Pounds doesn't have a ton of speed. But they say it was not a routine play and therefore should have been a hit. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch on the way. Swung on a line into right center field. On the run back is Chris Scurra. He's not going to get it. It's in the gap for a base hit. Pounds will round third and score. Chavez around third. He will come in and score. A 2-run double to right center field for Travis Witherspoon. And the Revolution extend the lead to 6-3. So the double for Witherspoon is 12th of the season. Check that, 13th of the year, a second double of the day. And he picks up RBIs number 46 and 47. Pounds and Chavez score on it. And so York has their largest lead of the day at 3, a 6-3 ball game. Now up is the left-handed hitting Jared Mitchell. The struggles for Cabrera continuing, as he has now allowed 3 straight hits with 1 out in the 6th. Gets the sign and his first pitch on the way to the left-handed hitting Mitchell. He will take a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Mitchell today is 1 of 3. Single to right his last time up in the 5th. And ended up pulling off a double steal with Perez before coming home on the 2-run single from Kevin Rivers. Witherspoon with great speed at second base. Here comes Cabrera's 0-1. And this is lined over the leaping attempt of Gotay base hit. Witherspoon around third, he will score. RBI single for Jared Mitchell, 3 runs in the inning, and it's now a 7-3 ball game. So give Mitchell his first RBI of the day, 38th of the season. He's now got 2 hits, and that's going to get some action going for the Ducks in their bullpen. I mentioned Cabrera had not thrown in this series. The last time that the right-hander had pitched was back on September the 12th in the first game down in Texas. Through 2 innings of relief after 7 strong innings from Jared Leverett, with the Ducks ahead 11-1. He ended up allowing 2 runs on 2 hits in 2 innings. He's now allowed 3 runs on 4 hits here in the 6th inning. Runner goes from first, and Perez a line drive base hit and a right. Mitchell will stop at second base as Skura is going to fire it back in. He must have not seen that the ball went to right. So Mitchell will stop at second, make it 5 straight hits for the Revolution, and Kevin Baez now out of the dugout. So Cabrera struggling here in the 6th inning as the Revolution have now built a 4-run lead. Baez will discuss things over with the right-hander, the entire infield in for the discussion as well. Just a quick chat to try and get him to calm down a little bit and find his way to get some outs. So there's the first defensive visit from the Ducks. The Revolution with 2 on, 1 away. 3 already in the inning. And the left-handed hitting Kevin Rivers will come to the plate against Freddie Cabrera. So here's Cabrera from the right side. He gets the sign and comes set. Hughes creeping in behind the runner at second base, turning a throw back there, and it ends up hitting into the runner. But Karam's right to go tie the second baseman. So that saves an error. It would have been close. Good throw from Cabrera back towards second. But the throw kind of went into the leg of Mitchell. Hughes' glove met it at the same time, and the ball caromed away. Fortunately, no advance. We've seen the Ducks try and turn that play at second several times, trying to sneak a second out in the inning. Rivers today 1 of 3 with a 2-run single his last time up back in the 5th. First pitch from Cabrera to him. And Rivers will take low and outside for ball 1. Rivers had flown out to center in his first 2 trips to the plate in the 1st and 3rd inning. Came up with the clutch hit in the 5th after the singles with 1 out from Mitchell and Perez and the double steal. 1-0. Takes a little bit low and outside. Cabrera thought he had the corner, but it just missed down and away. And the count is 2-0. The crowd is making some noise here in York as the Revs have exploded for 3 in the 6th after scoring 2 in the 5th to take the lead. 2-0. And the fastball low. Cabrera now behind at 3 balls and no strikes. And another out of the zone will load the bases up for Michael Rocket. And have to figure that if Cabrera does not get Rivers out, this will be the last batter that he faces here in the 6th inning. 3-0 delivery. And Rivers will take on the outside corner for a strike. A breaking ball just caught a piece of the corner. Ground ball here could end the inning if he is able to get it off the bat of Rivers. But now York hitting the ball fairly hard in this inning against him. And they have scored 3 runs already. Here comes the 3-1. Right-hander looks to second, deals to the plate, and Rivers will take outside ball 4. Just missed with the breaking ball. So now 6 straight have reached against Cabrera. That'll load the bases up with Michael Rocket coming to the plate. And Kevin Baez out of the dugout for the Ducks. That'll spell the end of the afternoon for Cabrera. So Kevin Baez wanted to get his right-hander some work, hoping to eat up at least 1, if not 2 innings, but he's been unable to do so after getting the ground out to open the inning. 5 consecutive hits and a walk have loaded up the bases. 3 runs already in. Pitching change coming up for the Ducks, who now trail 7-3.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and bench coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
A tough appearance out of the bullpen for Freddie Cabrera in his second game of this road trip. Cabrera has gotten hit around in the 6th inning with 1 out. York has scored 3 runs on 5 hits and a walk. Cabrera's day is done. And now it'll be the right-hander Luis Perdomo, the former Revolution pitcher, who takes over. And he will face his former teammate Michael Rocket here with the bags full of revs. Jared Mitchell at third, Andres Perez at second, and Kevin Rivers at first. And a chance for York to blow this game open. They lead by 4. And the first pitch to Rocket is taken low and outside for ball 1. Revolution now out hitting the Ducks 12-6 here this afternoon in a series that has been dominated by the Ducks pitching staff. Today it's been a struggle. Leverett did not have his best stuff, and Cabrera getting hit around in the 6th. 1-0 from Perdomo. Kicks and fires, and Rocket swings, and it's a little ground ball foul, third base side. Front of the seating bowl, that'll even up the count at 1-1. Rocket is 0 for 3 today. He's bounced into a force, grounded out to first, and struck out swinging. Perdomo's 1-1. Rocket a swing and a foul tip again at home plate, just squeaked through the legs of Mike Blank. And Rocket just caught a little piece in the count of 1-2. Rocket has good speed, so a ground ball doesn't necessarily equate a double play. Matt Wessinger, the third baseman, playing in tight at third. Tyler Colvin doing the same at first. It looks like they will come home with it if they get the ground ball. Try and get the force out at the plate. Here comes the 1-2. Perdomo kicks and fires, and Rocket will take low. Good block at the plate by Blank. Now the count even up at 2-2 strikes. Ducks have some pretty good arms in their bullpen, but guys like Perdomo and Cabrera and Hansen have been very up and down. They've had some dominant streaks. They've had some difficulties. Here, Rocket, a ground ball to third. Wessinger fields. He will come home for the force. To throw to first from Blank. In time for the out. Just what Perdomo needed, a 5-2-3 inning-ending double play. And the Ducks are able to work out of any further trouble in the 6th inning. Nicely turned by the Ducks. So in the inning, the Revolution will settle for 3 runs on 5 hits and a walk. No errors. They end up leaving 2 on base. And after 6 innings of play here in Pennsylvania, it's now the Revolution 7 and the Ducks 3.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, after 6 innings of play, the Revolution have a 7-3 lead, their largest lead of the day, and this is the only day in which the Revolution have had a lead in this series. So the Ducks offense will have to try and get back to work after York sends 8 men to the plate against Cabrera and Perdomo in the 6th and score 3 runs. New pitcher is in. It is the former Duck Scott Rice, also former New York Met. He'll take over for Manny Corpus after his scoreless 6th inning. Carlos Hughes will lead off, switch hitter from the right side, and Rice's first pitch is taken up high for ball 1. Corpus goes 1 inning, gives up a hit and a walk, but no runs or strikeouts. Now the 1-0, chopped on the ground foul, third base side. That'll leave it up the count at 1-1 on Hughes, who was 0 for 2 today. A strikeout in the 2nd and a deep fly out to left in the 4th. Rice comes set, and his 1-1. Kicks and fires, and Hughes a swing and a miss. Good fastball diving down in the zone. Might have caught a little piece of it, but I think he just missed. And so the count goes to 1-2 on Hughes. Lentini and Gotay will follow here in the 7th inning, with the Ducks looking to try and claw their way back. 1-2 pitch. Hughes a swing and a miss, strike 3. Cuts through the breaking ball, diving down in the zone. First strikeout for Rice, the 5th for York pitching. And there's 1 out here in the 7th inning. Rice has had mixed results on the year for the York Revolution. 4-2 record in 34 games. He's got a 3.72 ERA and 1 save. 19 hits in 29 innings, 15 runs, 12 of them earned. He has walked 21 and struck out 25. So here is Phelan Lentini, who has had a pretty good day today. 2 for 3 with a couple doubles, a couple runs, and a stolen base. First pitch here taken down and in for ball 1. He's been doing what he's been doing all year. Leads the league in doubles, leads the league in runs. He's 2nd in the league in stolen bases and leads the league in hits. And he's gotten the hits, the runs, the doubles, the stolen bases today. 1-0. And he takes off the outside corner from Rice. 2 balls and no strikes on Lentini wearing the high black socks. Been fun to watch him this year. Started the year at 38, now 39 years old and playing like he's about 10 years younger. 2-0 is off the outside corner for a ball. And it's 3-0. Largest amount of doubles that he has had in his career. He is only, I believe now, 6 stolen bases shy of a career high for him. And at age 39, how impressive is that? 51 stolen bases this year in 56 attempts. Here a foul ball down the right field line out of play. And although he wasn't perfect like he was in the stolen base department with the Ducks 2 years ago, he was 46 for 46, has eclipsed that mark in terms of steals this year. 3-1 now. Montinio ground ball up the middle. Karam's off the mound. It'll still sneak through in a center field, and he's got his 3rd hit of the day. So Phelan Lentini with another base hit as he singles back up the middle past Scott Rice. For the Ducks, their 7th hit of the ball game, and Lentini continuing to get the job done. He's trying to finish this season with as many hits as he possibly can. He's now up to 179 hits on the year. And if he gets the chance to have one more, I believe he'd tie Wellington Dotel for the 2nd most hits in a single season with 180 in the Atlantic League. He did that last year. Lou Ford has the league record with 189. So Lentini on at first with 1 out. We'll see if he tries to take off. First pitch to Ruben Gotay. He'll take a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Gotay 1 of 3 today with an RBI single back in the 1st inning. Since then, he has grounded out to first and pumped out to left. Rice set at the belt. Here comes the 0-1. Gotay fouls this one off to the screen on the first base side of the plate. Just caught a little piece of it to stay alive. So nothing into the count. Lentini with the lead, just shy of the edge of the cutout, being held on at first by Rivers. Here's the 0-2, And Gotay a swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, and he goes down swinging, chasing way out of the zone on a couple pitches in that at-bat. So there is the second strikeout for Scott Rice. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Lou Ford. So here is Lou Ford to the plate from the right side. Ford with an RBI his last time up. He's 0 for 3 in this game, but he did drive in Lentini with an RBI ground out in the 5th that gave the Ducks a 3-2 lead at the time. First pitch to him here from Rice, and that is dealt over the outside corner for strike 1. Prior to that, a fly out to deep center in the 3rd and a double play ground out, 5-4-3 in the 1st. Lentini with a healthy lead at first base, has 1 steal today. Here comes the 0-1. Rice kicks and fires, and Ford takes a breaking ball down low. That'll leave it up to count at 1-1. Ford comes into the day, or check that, Lentini comes into the day. 2nd in the Atlantic League in stolen base percentage at .909. Rene Tassoni, the league leader, but he's only got, I believe, 13 or 14 stolen bases. So kind of a skewed statistic. 1-1. Ford takes a fastball down and in, would not chase. And that'll run the count to 2-1. The more you steal, the more likely you are to be caught. Just more attempts to try and get guys. That's why Lentini has 5, but he's also got 51 successful stolen bases. 2-1. Ground ball hit to second sharply. Picked up on 2 hops by Perez. He'll flip the short way to second for the force, and that'll end the inning. No runs in the inning for the Ducks. The 1 hit from Lentini. He is stranded on base. And we have played 6.5 time to stretch here in York. Revolution with a 7-3 lead over the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Nick Struck, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here in York, Pennsylvania, as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Michael Pollock here with you, bringing you all the action. Ducks trailing 7-3. Luis Perdomo will stay in for the 7th, and Joel Guzman fouls the first pitch off the glove of Mike Blank and back to the backstop. Perdomo came in after the difficult appearance from Freddie Cabrera and was able to induce a very nicely turned 5-2-3 double play. Westinger to Blank at the plate to Colvin at first to end the 6th. And keep it a 7-3 ball game. Perdomo misses down and away. And that'll leave it up to count at 1-1 on Guzman, who's 0 for 3 in this game. Struck out looking in the 2nd, line is short in the 3rd, and then hit a deep liner to left field in the 5th inning. That was caught by Lou Ford. 1-1, a swing and a miss. He chased way down and in from Perdomo. And so the count now 1-2. Guzman has been struggling at the plate. And York certainly wants him to turn things up when they go down to Sugar Land on Tuesday for the opener of the postseason. He'll be an important bat in their lineup. 1-2 is down and away. Good block by Blank at the plate. And so the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Guzman was the only Revolution batter not to hit in that 6th inning. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Guzman would not chase, and the count full. Perdomo started the year with York, then came to Long Island. He's 3-2 with a 5.14 ERA in 31 appearances between the two teams this year. Has been better with the Ducks. 3-2, check swing, taken low. That is ball 4, not the start he wanted in the 7th against the guy who's been struggling. He walks Joel Guzman. So York gets the leadoff man on base, and that'll bring up Keith Castillo. Since coming to the Ducks, Perdomo has appeared in 9 games coming into today, 0-1 with a 3.97 ERA. 5 runs allowed on 11 hits in 11 1/3 innings, 3 walks to 10 strikeouts. So now Keith Castillo to the plate, the switch hitting catcher from the left side. He is 1 for 3. The one hit was a solo home run back in the 2nd inning. First pitch swinging here, and it's off the end of the bat, foul to the third base side of the plate. 0-1. Revolution have another reliever warming up down the right field line as they will continue their cavalcade of relief pitchers coming into the game, one by one, inning by inning. 0-1. Castillo way out in front, swings and misses. And now 0-2. B is still in front of the Patriots 4-0. Top of the 7th inning at New Britain Stadium. Dylan Thompson started for New Britain, and now Joseph Kuja doing the pitching. Efrain Nieves lasted just 3 2/3 for Somerset. Now Brandon Morrow is in. Castillo lays off the breaking ball low and outside. 1-2. We'll see if Nieves, who started the year with Somerset, got signed by a team in Taiwan, and now is back with the Patriots. We'll see if he starts at all in the postseason. 1-2. Castillo a swing and a miss, strike 3, chasing the ball down in the dirt. So Perdomo's got his first strikeout, the fourth for Ducks pitching, who yesterday set a season high with 16 strikeouts, the most by the Ducks in a single game this year, coming in the penultimate game of the season. So 1 away, 1 on, and now Brian Pounce to the plate. New Britain, by the way, 2 RBIs from Craig Maddox, 1 apiece from Rosa and McGuigan. And again, they lead at 4-0, top of the 7th at home. Bridgeport with a 5-1 lead at home as they take on the Lancaster Barnstormers, bottom of the 7th inning. Jonathan Albaladejo with 10 more strikeouts in his 6 innings of 1-run ball today. He has pitched so well, it's a shame he won't be able to play in the postseason this year. First pitch, fastball's on the outside corner for strike 1. His 10 strikeouts today give him 164 on the season, a new Atlantic League record. Gabby Hernandez of Southern Maryland was second with 150. John Brownell third with 147. 0-1 is taken low. And now 1-1 on Pounds, who is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored, as well as 2 pop-outs. Now Baladejo seems to be the likely candidate for Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year, setting a new strikeouts record. Most wins in the league as Pounds swings and misses, chasing down low, 1-2. Bridgeport today with 2 RBIs from Sean Burrows, who also has a couple hits. Jose Cuevas with 2 runs batted in as well. A shame that Burrows will not be able to play in the postseason after having a terrific campaign with Bridgeport after the good start with the Ducks, but was hampered by injuries a bit. 1-2. Pounds a foul ball, first base side out of play. Do it again at 1-2 for Lancaster today. An RBI from Mike Jacobs. Josh Bell, who had a terrific season for Lancaster, will also not play playoff baseball, but he has had quite a good season. Later tonight, it'll be Sugar Land and Southern Maryland as they close out the season down at Constellation Field. That'll be a 6:05 start there, 7:05 here on the East Coast. Here, Pound swings and foul tips it into the glove of Mike Blank for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Luis Perdomo after the leadoff walk. So he's now got 2 away. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Brandon Chavez. And later tonight, the Yankees and the Red Sox will play up at Fenway Park in the final game of that series. The Yankees playoff hopes taking a serious hit in that series. Yankees will have CC Sabathia taking the mound. He's 8-12 with a 4.10 ERA. Chavez takes outside for ball 1. Drew Pomeranz will go for the Red Sox, 10-12 with a 3.25 earned run average. Mets still leading 3-1 over the Twins through 6 at Citi Field. TJ Rivera, his 2nd home run of the year. 1-0. Chavez takes high and outside ball 2. Gabriel Leonoa started for the Mets. Eric Goodell is now pitching. Kyle Gibson started for Minnesota, and former Somerset Patriot Buddy Bo Shears just threw a scoreless inning, needed just 4 pitches to throw it as well. It's good to see him still in the big leagues after he dominated with the Patriots a year ago. 2-0 the count on Chavez, who has been on base twice today, a double and an infield single along with a strikeout. Here he checks his swing and takes the pitch, I'm guessing inside maybe a little bit. Looked pretty good from here. It must have just been a little inside, and Kevin Baez asking from the third base dugout where it was. Caldwell nodding his head. I'm guessing Kevin Baez asked if it was inside. 3-0 now from Perdomo, and Chavez takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Giants and the Saints now tied up at 10 at MetLife Stadium entering the fourth quarter. Eli Manning has thrown for 271 yards. Drew Brees has a touchdown pass. Ground ball foul up the first base line into the Revs bullpen, and it's 3-2. And a big matchup today up at BMO Stadium in Toronto as the Red Bulls take on Toronto FC. Red Bulls can clinch a playoff spot and move into first place in the Eastern Conference with a win. So after the leadoff walk, Perdomo has struck out 2 and it now has a 3-2 count on Chavez. So that will release Guzman from first on the pitch. Here it comes, and Chavez takes a called strike 3 over the outside corner. Excellent work from Luis Perdomo, who strikes out the side in the 7th inning. 6 strikeouts now for Ducks pitching today. No runs, no hits, a runner left on base. To the 8th we go at Peoples Bank Park. Final day of the regular season. Revolution with a 7-3 lead.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates all postseason long? Follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information about how to get tickets, game times, game previews, and in-game updates throughout the entire playoffs. So make sure you follow along as Cody Puckett begins here in the 8th inning and fouls one back behind the plate. 0-1. Twitter.com/LIDucks, the place to go. Revolution with a 7-3 lead. Puckett today is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and pumped out to center. 0-1 from Jose Arredondo, who has come in, misses up high, breaking ball. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Great work from Luis Perdomo. In the bottom of the 7th, he walked Joel Guzman to start the inning, but then struck out 3 in a row to keep this game where it's at, still within striking distance for the Ducks. 1-1. Arredondo misses low with the breaking ball. Ducks had success against Arredondo yesterday. He came in the 8th inning and allowed back-to-back singles to Ford and Puckett, and eventually a 2-run double by Tyler Colvin that made it a 7-1 game. Some big insurance runs for the Ducks. 2-1. Puckett lifts a fly ball in the air to first base. Shallow. Moving in and towards the line, Kevin Rivers will make the catch at foul ground. So Puckett now 0 for 4 as his difficult road trip continues. There's the first out of the 8th. And that will pass the baton along to Tyler Colvin. Scott Rice, a scoreless inning in the 7th, gave up the single to Lentini, but struck out 2 and did not allow a run. With 1 away, here is Tyler Colvin, who has had another terrific day, his 3rd consecutive multi-hit game with a home run and an infield single. First pitch on the way to him, and he takes upstairs for ball 1. Colvin, who had 2 doubles and 2 RBIs yesterday, has the home run, the solo blast in the 4th inning today that cleared the wall in left center, his 5th of the year. On an infield single to shallow right in the 6th. Diving stop was made by Perez, but he couldn't get the out at first. Also bounced to second in the 2nd. And now with a good hitter's count at 2 balls and no strikes. Arredondo gets the sign and comes set. 2-0 delivery. Colvin swings and fouls one off to the third base side out of play. I believe we said this earlier in the road trip too, and might have been yesterday even when he went the opposite way for that double. Colvin has done very well driving the ball the opposite way, either hard line drive singles or doubles, or even that home run and the double that were both hit higher in the air. He's just done a good job. You could tell that means his hip is healthy and he's able to step in and drive that ball a bit better. That wasn't the case earlier in this half. 2-1. Fisted out in the air to shallow left center field. On the run, Rocket has to play it on a hop. It's a base hit. And Tyler Colvin has his 3rd hit of the night, 2nd 3-hit game of this series. So a great sign for Tyler Colvin as he has picked up 7 hits now. Check that, 8 hits now in the 4 games of this series. Now I think about it, 9. He had 1 hit the first game, 3 on Friday, 2 yesterday, and 3 today. So make it 9 hits for Tyler Colvin. Here's Mike Blank, who lays off the breaking ball, taken downstairs, 1-0. Blank today, a single to left in the 2nd inning, a seeing eye base hit between short and 3rd. A fly out to center in the 4th, a 6-4 3-double play ball in the 6th. Arredondo comes set. Here's the 1-0. And Blank takes a fastball just below the knees inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Ducks have action in their bullpen in left, so they will likely replace Perdomo, who has now thrown a scoreless inning in 2/3 today. 2-0. Blank chops one on the ground foul. Third base side of the plate. And the count now 2-1. Matt Wessinger, who has walked twice, waits up in the on-deck circle. Two balls, 1 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Pitch on the way, and Blank chops one foul again back behind the plate, out in front of a breaking ball, down and away. So that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blank about to complete his 2nd season with the Ducks. A pretty solid year offensively last year. Has more homers this season than he had last year, but down in his batting average a bit. 10 home runs this year, 2nd most on the team behind Anthony Vega's 11. Here's the 2-2. And Blank swings. It's a fly ball deep in the air down the left field line. It's going to hook foul, though. Had the possible distance for a home run, but just out in front. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking in for the sign, Arredondo. He comes set. Colvin takes his lead at first base. The 2-2. Blank swings and just gets a piece of it. Fouls it off the mask of Castillo. He will stay alive. Blank putting up a good battle here against Arredondo. Right-hander has had a very good year for York. 1-2 record, a 2.31 ERA, in 34 games out of the bullpen, 34 hits in 35 innings. He has allowed 13 runs, 9 of them earned, 10 walks to 37 strikeouts. 2-2 pitch. Arredondo fires. Blank will swing and miss. Strike 3. Good breaking ball. Was actually up in the zone inside, though. And Blank could not make contact. First strikeout for Arredondo. The 7th for Revolution pitching. Now with 2 away, that'll leave it up to the third baseman, Matt Wessinger. So here is Wessinger to bat from the right side. Base is empty and 2 down, or check that, runner at first with 2 down for the Ducks as Arredondo misses down and away for ball one. Cannot tell who it is throwing in the bullpen for the Ducks, trying to look at the guys sitting on the bleacher, not seeing who the odd man out is. Here, ground ball to second base, gobbled up by the second baseman, Perez. He flips to short for the force. Third straight inning, the Ducks end with a 4-6 force. Now the Ducks retired in the eighth. No runs and a hit. They leave another on base. They've left 7 today. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Revolution 7 and the Ducks 3.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. To the bottom half of the eighth inning here at Peoples Bank Park, Long Island Ducks trailing right now 7-3 to the York Revolution. In the final game of the regular season, Ducks will go back to their bullpen. Kyle Hansen, who struggled to get the final out yesterday, will come in to pitch in the eighth inning as the third reliever of the night. Terrific work from Luis Perdomo, who goes an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball. No hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Got the double play to get out of Freddie Cabrera's jam in the 6th inning. Cabrera ended up going a third of an inning and giving up 3 runs on 5 hits and a walk, all 3 runs earned. No strikeouts, so Hansen will come in, and he will face the top of the order, Witherspoon, Mitchell, and Perez here in the 8th. Try and keep this a 7-3 game, give the Ducks offense a chance to rally back in the 9th. York looking to salvage the finale of this series after dropping the first 3 to Long Island.
Leading off for your York Revolution, center fielder, number 1, Travis Witherspoon.
So here is Travis Witherspoon to the plate as he will bat from the right side against Kyle Hansen. First pitch on the way. The fastball misses the outside corner, 1-0. Witherspoon has had a good day at the plate. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a walk. Takes way low and outside again from Hansen, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. The only time Witherspoon was retired was in the 5th when he grounded out to shortstop. Winding the 2-0 delivery. Swinging a high pop-up, foul, third base side. This will go back into the seats, but a towering pop-up off the bat of Witherspoon, scraping the sky. And now the count 2-1. Defense plays straight away. Gotay slightly shaded up the middle. 2-1 is hit on the ground towards the middle. Carlos Hughes racing after it. He can't get it. It's in a center field, a base hit. And Travis Witherspoon has his 3rd hit of the day for the Revolution. So he is on a leadoff against Kyle Hansen, who is making his 19th appearance of the year for the Ducks. And it's been a struggle for the Long Island native. 1-2 record with an 8.40 ERA. 14 runs allowed, all earned in 15 innings, 17 hits to 11 walks with 14 strikeouts. So Hansen steps up onto the rubber as Jared Mitchell digs in from the left side. He's had 2 hits today in 4 at-bats, including an RBI and a run. Hansen set at the belt, his first pitch. And Mitchell takes this fastball up in the zone, 1-0. After popping out on a bunt attempt in the first and flying out to left in the second, Mitchell had singled, stole third, and scored in the 5th. And then an RBI single to center in the 6th, but was retired at home plate on the double play ball that ended the inning. Runner goes from first. The 1-0 is low. The throw down to second base on the money, but just a hair late. Good throw from Blank. And not much you can do about that. Witherspoon just had too good of a jump against Kyle Hansen. So Witherspoon has his 41st stolen base of the year. And York, who leads by 4, trying to add to their lead in the 8th. Now have a runner at second with nobody out and a 2-0 count on Mitchell. Hansen set, looks back towards second. Deals to the plate, and Mitchell will swing in line one into right field. And that's going to land for a base hit. On his way around third is Witherspoon. The throw coming in is not in time. An RBI single to right. And 2 batters in a Hansen's outing here in the 8th. It's now an 8-3 ball game. Third hit for Mitchell, and RBI number 39 on the year. Skura might have had a chance on that. It was a hard line drive, but Skura took a couple steps back on it instead of racing in to try and make the play. And so he concedes the RBI single. And this is now a 5-run ball game. Here's Andres Perez from the right side. York now with 14 hits on the day. First pitch from Hansen on the way to Perez is a breaking ball taken low and outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Perez has had himself a day. 3 hits plus a walk today. He's been on base all 4 times, 2 singles and a solo home run. He has scored twice, also has a stolen base, his 2nd of the year. 1-0 from Hansen. Line drive left center field. On the run are Ford and Lentini in the gap. Lentini's going to make the running catch. So Hansen able to get the first out of the inning as Lentini tracks down the fly ball from Perez. So 1 away, and that is going to bring up Kevin Rivers. So if York is able to hold on, they will end up finishing the season at 10 games over 500 overall, 75 and 65, and will finish 2 games over 500 in the second half at 36 and 34. Kevin Rivers is swinging a miss. Breaking ball down low. Count 0-1. If the Ducks cannot rally back, they'll finish the second half at 32 and 38. Overall at 72 and 68. It'll be an 0-1. Hansen comes set at the belt. Kicks and fires, and Rivers takes low and away. I'm leaving up the count at 1-1. Rivers 0 for 2 to start off the day, but a 2-run single in the 5th and a walk in the 6th. Mitchell leads at first with 1 away. Here comes the 1-1. Hansen deals to the plate, and this is cranked deep but foul down the right field line. Rivers got all of it, just was way out in front, hit it towards the train tracks. Got a route beyond the first base stands. So now the count goes to 1-2. Mitchell takes his lead at first, being held on by Colden. Hansen comes set at the belt, and here's the 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the fastball by Rivers over the outside corner. First strikeout for Kyle Hansen. He's retired back-to-back batters after the RBI single. 2 away in the inning, and that'll leave it up to the left fielder, Michael Rocket. Rocket today, the only member of the Revolution that has yet to reach base. He is 0 for 4 on the afternoon. Everybody else has been on at least once. He and Guzman, the only 2 without hits. And the first pitch is cut on and missed for strike 1. Rocket a ground out into a force in the first, a bouncer to first in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and grounded into the inning-ending 5-2-3 double play in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Hansen deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball blown by him downstairs. And the count now 0-2. Hansen trying to retire 3 in a row after the 2 hits to start off the inning. Here comes the 0-2. And Rocket a swing and a miss, strike 3, waving at the breaking ball way low and outside. So back-to-back strikeouts for Hansen and the inning. Revs get a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. The end of the ninth, Ducks need a rally as they trail 8-3 in the regular season finale.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and bench coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the ninth inning we go, the final inning potentially of this 2016 regular season. The Ducks trailing 8-3 against the York Revolution. Of course, the Ducks could rally back and force extra innings, in which case this will not be the final inning. The Revolution calling upon Nate Reed, their 5th reliever of the night, of the day I should say, after Tyrell Harris started and went the first 4. Now, Michael Click went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 run, but I believe he'd be in line for the win. He gave up the home run checked out the RBI ground out to Lou Ford in the 5th after Lentini doubled and stole 3rd. But since that point, scoreless innings from Corpus, Rice, and Arredondo, each allowing a hit but no runs. And here is Nate Reed to the mound. He'll face Skura, Hughes, and Lentini. 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Ducks. We'll try and begin a rally in the final inning, potentially, of this game. So here is Skura to the plate from the right side. First pitch on the way. And Skura takes the fastball high and inside for ball 1. The Ducks right fielder today is 0 for 2 at the plate with a walk. He drew the walk in the 4th inning. Reed's 1-0. And Skura takes the fastball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Prior to that, he reached on a fielder's choice error by the second baseman, Andres Perez, in the 2nd. And then in the 6th inning, grounded into a 4-6 force to end the inning. Infield slightly shifted towards the left side. Here is the 2-0 from Reed. Breaking ball is in for a strike. And now 2-1. Revolution with 14 hits and 8 runs today. A far cry from the first 3 games of this series where they combined for just 7 runs. 2-1 breaking ball. That's on the inside corner for a strike. And Reed gets the count even at 2-2 after falling behind at 2-0. Reed comes set. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball misses high and outside. That runs the count full. A good way to try and start a rally here in the final inning is a leadoff walk. We'll see if Skura can draw it. Nate Reed ready. Payoff pitch on the way, and Skura takes the breaking ball in for strike 3. Good pitch from Reed. Not much Skura could do about that. Strikeout number 8 for Revolution pitching today. First time Skura's gone down on strikes. There's the first out here in the 9th inning. Reed has been very good for York. 23 games out of the bullpen, 1-0 record, a 1.71 ERA, and a save. 21 innings, he's allowed just 5 runs, 4 earned on 11 hits. He has walked 16, though, and adds 20 strikeouts to that. First pitch is on the inside corner. Fastball for strike 1 to Carlos Hughes, the 9-hitter for the Ducks, who was 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts today, as well as a fly out to deep left in the 4th. 0-1. That breaking ball taken up and outside. That'll even up the count at 1-1. York trying to end a 6-game slide to finish their year. Trying to pick up the victory in this regular season finale. The 1-1 is up and away, ball 2. And that will certainly help them at least gain a few positive feelings going into their series with the Skeeters. That begins on Tuesday night down in Texas. 2-1. Fouled off, back to the screen behind the plate. 2-2 now. And even if the Ducks don't come out on top today, I think their mission has been accomplished on this road trip, taking 5 games already out of the potential 7. Back-to-back series wins on the road against playoff teams. That is certainly a good sign going into the postseason. 2-2. Fastball is on the outside corner, knee high for strike 3. Carlos Hughes goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reed. And the Ducks down to their final out here on this Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, the Ducks coming into today have won 6 of 7 overall, so even if they end the year with 6 wins in 8 games, pretty good for the Ducks. And something that you have to feel positive about with the way the second half has gone going into the start of the playoffs. First pitch from Rita Lentini, and that is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. A chance for Lentini to get 4 hits here today. He's got 2 doubles and a single, and with 1 hit could tie Wellington Dotel for the second most ever in league history for a single season. 0-1, takes the breaking ball outside. This year, Lentini leads the Ducks in 4 RBI games with 5 of them. In terms of 4 hit games, he has 2, and also has 2 5-hit games. Lions has 3 4-hit games, but only 1 5-hit contest. 1-1, swing and a miss as Lentini chases the breaking ball down and in strike 2, and the Revolution are 1 strike away from a win here on Fan Appreciation Day in York. Lentini steps back into the batter's box. Reed looks in for the sign and comes set. The 1-2 delivery on the way to Phelan Lentini is taken on the inside corner for strike 3 called. This ball game is over, and the Revolution take the regular season finale 8-3 over the Ducks. We'll pause and wait for the cannon here in New York. So there is the cannon. Revolution claim the regular season finale, an 8-3 win, as Nate Reed strikes out the side in the 9th inning. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show is coming up next. We'll recap this game and hand out the Player of the Game award.
Hey fans, this is Ty Coffey, right-handed pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back here in York, Pennsylvania, where the Revolution have taken the final game of this 4-game set and of the 2016 regular season. They win it by a count of 8-3 over the Ducks, and overall, despite the tough way to end the season, the Ducks have had themselves a very good year here in 2016. 72 wins to 68 losses, their 3rd consecutive winning season overall. They had a lot of players who had outstanding years, none better really than Phelan Lentini, who finished 3 for 5 today with a couple doubles, a couple runs, a stolen base as well. And ultimately, the Ducks also set a franchise attendance mark by crossing the 7 million fan mark. The first in Atlantic League history to do that. They did it this past Sunday, Fan Appreciation Day at Bethpage Ballpark. So lots of good stuff to talk about And the best may be yet to come as the postseason will begin on Wednesday night for Long Island. They will head to Bridgewater, New Jersey to take on the Somerset Patriots. That series will begin Wednesday night with the first home game of the series coming on Friday for Game 3 at Bethpage Ballpark. More on that to come in a bit. First, let's recap this game. Ducks took an early lead in what was a seesaw affair between these two teams. Ducks went on top 1-0 in the first when Phelan Lentini doubled to right and came home on an RBI single to center by Ruben Gotay. Revolution were able to tie the game in the bottom half of the second inning when Keith Castillo lifted a solo home run out to left center field off of Jared Leverett. So Castillo's 5th home run of the year tied the game at 1. And then Andres Perez gave York their first lead of the series in the third with his solo home run over the arch nemesis in left part of a 3-hit day for him. His 14th home run of the year put the Revolution in front 2-1. But the Ducks came back immediately to tie it in the fourth as Tyler Colvin took Revolution starter Tyrell Harris deep over the left center field wall for his 5th home run of the season. Tied up the ballgame at 2, and then the Ducks took the lead in the 5th inning against Michael Click when Lentini doubled to left, stole third, and came home with 1 out on an RBI ground out from Lou Ford. And so the Ducks had built at the halfway point a 3-2 lead, but the Revolution came back in the bottom of the 5th against Leverett. 3 straight singles with 1 out in the 5th inning after the double steal by Mitchell and Perez. A 2-run base hit up the middle by Kevin Rivers gave the Revolution a 4-3 lead. And they would hold the lead from that point as the bullpen, the final 4 relievers for York, each threw scoreless innings. And meanwhile, Freddie Cabrera in the 6th inning had a tough inning out of the bullpen with 1 out. Gave up a single up the middle to Brian Pounds, an infield single to Brandon Chavez. Travis Witherspoon followed with a 2-run double to right. And then Jared Mitchell an RBI single to center. All told, 3 runs on 5 hits in just a third of an inning against Cabrera, who would allow another single and a walk before being lifted for Luis Perdomo, who was able to retire this side in the 7th on strikeouts and got the double play to get out of the 6th. Kyle Hansen allowed a run in the 8th on a single, a stolen base, and then an RBI base hit by Jared Mitchell. But it was plenty enough as the Revolution took this one 8-3 over the Ducks. Final totals from today's game: 8 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for the Revolution. They left 9 men on base. For the Ducks, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 7. In relief, Michael Click gets the win despite allowing a run on a hit. In 1 inning, he improves to 7-3. Since Harris only went 4 innings, he does not qualify. Jared Leverett, the loser, he falls to 6-9 as he allowed 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks in 5 innings, striking out 3. No save in the game. It took 2 hours, 48 minutes in front of an announced crowd today of 3,479 at Peoples Bank Park. Time to hand out today's Player of the Game award. Lots of candidates to choose from. The top 3 in the order for York all really did a terrific job today. I think we will go with Travis Witherspoon, who was 3 for 4 at the plate, reached 4 of the 5 times he came up to the plate, had 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, a stolen base, and a walk. So today, Travis Witherspoon, the table setter in the lineup for York, is the player of the game. Take a break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap things up one final time for the regular season here at Peoples Bank Park. Ducks fall today 8-3.
Hey fans, this is infielder Matt Wessinger, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Peoples Bank Park, one final time. Ducks fall today in the series finale 8-3 to the York Revolution. So York is able to end a 6-game slide before the start of the postseason. Not the way the Ducks wanted to end the year, but ultimately This road trip was a successful one for the Ducks. They take 5 of 7 games against 2 playoff teams, the teams that will meet for the Freedom Division title this coming week, the Revolution and the Skeeters. The Ducks ultimately end the year winning 6 of 8 overall, and with the bumps that they went through in the second half, not a bad way to go into the postseason. Also, they finished with a winning record, 72-68 overall on the season, their 3rd straight winning season. York finishes the year at 75-65. And pending Somerset's result, if Somerset ends up losing, York and Somerset would have the best record in the Atlantic League overall. It'd be the first time that York has the best record in the league. But taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, Somerset has rallied. They have scored 8 runs in the 8th inning after falling behind 4-0, and they now have a 10-5 lead up in New Britain, Connecticut over the Bees. Dylan Thompson started for New Britain, and Eric Fornataro allowing all 8 runs to Somerset in that inning, so he would be in line for the loss. Efrain Nieves started for Somerset, and most recently out of the bullpen is Jose De La Torre. Patriots being led today with 2 RBIs apiece from Vinny Zorillo, Brian LaHare, Kyle Roller, and Jovan Gonzalez, who has 4 hits on the day. So Somerset's lineup waking up big time against New Britain late, really against Eric Fornataro. Meanwhile, New Britain was led today by Craig Maddox, who has 2 hits and 2 RBIs. So that game's still going on, bottom of the 8th inning. 10-5, the Patriots lead the Bees. They are also still playing in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where the Bluefish have an 11-4 lead over the Barnstormers. Lancaster started Joe Gardner, and it is now Stephen Shackelford who is in the game. Bridgeport, meanwhile, started Jonathan Albaladejo, who with 10 strikeouts today has set a record for most strikeouts in a season for an Atlantic League pitcher with 164. Chris Rierick is now in for Bridgeport. 2 RBIs apiece for Andy Chavez, who has 4 hits, Wellington Dotel, Sean Burrows, and Jose Cuevas leading the way for Bridgeport. Lancaster has RBIs from Jacobs, Halton, Patterson, and Wilson. And so Bridgeport looking to claim the regular season finale after missing out on a playoff spot. Lancaster's season is done as well. Meanwhile, the Sugarland Skeeters will host the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs tonight, 6:05 local time in Texas. Southern Maryland's season is over after today's game. The Skeeters will wait for the Revolution to come to town, and they'll open up the Freedom Division Championship Series with York starting on Tuesday night at Constellation Field. On the Major League Baseball scoreboard, again, the Yankees will be in action later tonight against the Boston Red Sox. That game will begin at 8 o'clock up at Fenway Park. CC Sabathia for the Yankees, 8-12, 4.10 ERA. Drew Pomeranz for Boston, 10-12, 3.25 ERA. And meanwhile, for the Mets right now, they lead it 3-2 over the Twins going into the 9th inning at Citi Field. For the Twins, they have just gotten a home run from Kennys Vargas, his 8th of the season. And for the Mets, T.J. Rivera has gone deep for his 2nd home run of the year. Gabriel Yanoa started for the Mets. Jerry Blevins is now pitching. For the Twins, their starter was Kyle Gibson. And now Taylor Rogers is into the ball game. So the Mets trying to cling to the lead there. The Giants and the Saints tied up at 13 as they play in the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. So we'll see who ends up coming out on top there. A very close game between those 2 teams. And the Red Bulls with a big match tonight up in Toronto at 5 o'clock. They will take on Toronto FC with a chance to clinch a playoff spot and move into first place in the Eastern Conference. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. That'll do it for the 2016 regular season for the Ducks. They have played 140 games. They have gotten to this point of clinching a playoff spot and are ready for a first-round rematch with the Somerset Patriots. To refresh the playoff series for you, games 1 and 2 will be on the road for the Ducks. They elected, after winning the first half, Long Island elected to host games 3 and, if necessary, 4 and 5 at Bethpage Ballpark. So games 1 and 2 will be on the road at TD Bank Ballpark against the Patriots. Ducks and Somerset split the season series this year 10-10, so it should be a good one. The teams have split the all-time playoff series 5-5. The Ducks winning 3-2 in the best-of-5 championship series in the Atlantic League back in 2013, winning Game 5 on the road in New Jersey. However, they then lost in 5 games to Somerset in the first round a year ago, as the Patriots won games 4 and 5 in New Jersey to rally back from a 2-1 series deficit. So something's got to give in that series. It should be a fun one between the Ducks and the Patriots. Games 1 and 2 on Wednesday night and Thursday night, 7:05 p.m. starts in both. Have not gotten rotations yet for either series. You'd have to think it would likely be John Brownell going in Game 1 for the Ducks, but we'll wait and see what Kevin Byas says this week during team workouts before the playoffs. Game 3 will be at Bethpage Ballpark on Friday night at 6:35 p.m. And the first 1,000 fans in attendance will take home playoff rally towels, courtesy of News 12 Long Island. If the series goes to a 4th game, that will be at 6:35 p.m. on Saturday night, September the 24th. Same thing, first 1,000 fans get those playoff rally towels. And then if it goes to a decisive Game 5, which at this point wouldn't surprise any of us with the way those series have gone between the Ducks and the Patriots, Game 5 will be on Sunday evening at 5:05 p.m. And again, the first 1,000 fans get playoff rally towels. Tickets available for all postseason games for the Ducks. You can get them at liducks.com by calling 631-940-TIXX. You can also head to the Bethpage Ballpark box office beginning tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock a.m., or you can download the Ducks mobile app and get it on your Apple or Android-powered device. And it should be fun as the Ducks go for their 4th Atlantic League championship, and they will face their Liberty Division rivals, the Somerset Patriots, to kick off the postseason beginning on Wednesday night. It's been a fun regular season, everybody. Cannot believe 140 games has already flown by, but still plenty more to come for Long Island. That's going to do it for us today here at Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Once again, the final score today, it was the Revolution defeating the Ducks by a final count of 8-3. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be on Wednesday night when the Ducks and the Patriots play Game 1 of the Liberty Division Championship Series. Pre-game show is going to begin at 6:50 p.m. The first pitch at 7:05 from TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. You can follow all the action of the series live on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, online as well at liducks.com. We'll have all the play-by-play coverage for you from Bridgewater, New Jersey. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending this entire 2016 season with me, with our other broadcasters here in the booth, Keith Rad, Chris King, David Weiss, who have brought you action all year long. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll do it all over again on Wednesday night as we begin the 2016 Atlantic League playoffs. Good afternoon and so long from York, Pennsylvania.